Can do it here. Swinging a drive. Deep center field. Going back is Scott. And that one is gone. This game is tied at 6. Harden drives in. Harden. And it's rejected by Flag. Flag recovers it. Flag driving. He might go coast to coast. Gives it to Nembhard in the corner. Nembhard for 3. Bang! For 3. Ryan Nembhard makes it a 20-point lead. Hands it off. Rodriguez up the middle. Touchdown, Commanders! Rodriguez with the touchdown run. Chris Rodriguez Jr. straight up the middle. Touchdown! Welcome in, everybody, to District Nation as we are here for the Washington Nationals to take on the Tampa Bay Rays. They are headed to Tropicana Field for the first game of a 3-game series and a quick road trip. Welcome in, everybody. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help out the channel just a little bit as we are here to watch the Washington Nationals take on the Rays for Game 1 tonight. And these Rays have been pretty good this season. We can say that real quickly. Mr. C and Mrs. C are in the house. Mr. C and Mrs. C, welcome in. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Already just in time for pregame and for this game to get underway. So thank you so much to Mr. and Mrs. C who were here during the Red Wings game as well, too. A lot of people were here for the Red Wings game as well. So here we go, the Nationals, who have been pretty good. I mean, they're 3-5, but then let's watch that they're going to play the Rays who are 11-5. But the thing is, these records, these games really haven't scared the Nationals that much, which has been pretty good. The Washington Nationals haven't really been scared, and here we go. We're going to watch a interesting game here today because the Nationals here said that Cade Cavalli was scratched due to illness, but their solution? It looks like Miles Mikolas is going to take the mound tonight. Apparently, Miles Mikolas might pitch. They just showed stat lines for Mikolas. That means Mikolas could come out of the pen. P.J. Pullen is going to be the opener today. Sad to see Cade Cavalli go down with illness. I hope he feels better soon. Get back to the field, help us out. But they're going to start someone else tonight. I think it may be Meatball. It could be someone else. But so far, looks like it's going to be Meatball Mikolas tonight. So Miles Mikolas, who's been good over his last few starts, will take them out tonight against a team who is 24-9 in their own stadium. And you guessed it, the Rays are playing in their own stadium tonight. I mean, they've been pretty good. Looking at the home numbers, 24-9. They're in a tough division in the AL East. First place Yankees at 45-28. So obviously the Yankees hold first place at this moment right now. But the Rays find themselves battling. They're 41-30. They're ahead of the game here in the wild card. They're looking good for wild card contention. But at the same time, the Nationals are not all far from the wild card. The Phillies have fallen to 40-37. The Nationals are 39-36. They're a game behind the Phillies now. Us win a game, they lose a game, we could take over. These teams are competitive right now. If the Nationals win tonight and the Phillies lose tonight, we're tied. So I think it's half a game, actually, but still, we could be tied tonight if everything goes well. This Nationals team, they're playing a really good team, but we're on the road. That's a good thing. The Nationals have been road warriors. Look at this real quickly. The Nationals, they're 23-14 on the road. That's only 5 games worse than really the Rays find themselves at home. They're 24-9, and the Nationals are 23-14. So Nationals have played a little more games on the road than the Rays have at home. So, I mean, it's all looking good for the Nats tonight. The one thing is Cavalli being illness having a few hours ago was announced, so he was taken out of the game. I saw it on MLB Network when I was setting up my scorebook, luckily, while I was setting up my scorebook. So, really, what does that mean for the team tonight? What's going to happen? You never know. This team, this Rays offense has been pretty good. They're one of the best offenses in the league, maybe behind the Dodgers, Braves, and the Nationals could be up there. But the thing is, so it looks like he has food poisoning. They say it's food poisoning. P.J. Pullen will get the start. And apparently, he says that no one's announced just yet. Butera didn't announce anyone officially, but I assume it's going to be Mikolas because he was warming up at least dynamic stretches on field early, so I'm assuming it's going to be Mikolas. But to get this game started, Griffin Jax is going to take the mound for the Rays. He's 1-5 with a 3.68 ERA. The numbers don't tell us a good story. He's been pretty good over his last few games. I mean, over his last 15, he has a 2.93 ERA, 15 games, 9 of them being starts over 40 innings. He was decent over that stretch, and now this stretch of his last 7, he's at a 3 ERA, and he's 0-3 over his 7 games that all 7 of them have been starts. Mr. C saying, let's hope Buffalo Wings Miles shows up tonight. Yes, if he pitches. I don't know exactly if it is, but it looked like he was doing dynamic stretches, so I'm assuming he will take the mound. Serving spicy meatballs. Yes, let's get the spicy meatballs in the house. No plain meatballs tonight. That is my wish. Well, St. Petersburg, Florida, home to the Tampa Bay Rays, who are in Tampa. Looks like the stadium is starting to fill just a little bit, but this field's starting to fill up a little bit. The upper decks haven't been just yet. We're about 5 minutes away here from first pitch. Excited for this game. The roof is closed. We're going to have some night baseball under a roof here at Tropicana Field for the Nationals. They'll take the road here for 3 days. They're here for 3 games, and then they head right back home to D.C., where they'll play the Phillies for 4 games. And I can't really stress more how important that Phillies series is going to be. That Phillies series is very important. We're playing a team that at that point is probably going to be only 1 or 2 games ahead of us. We win means they lose. That is what that series means. That is the most direct way to say it. When we win a game that week, that means they lost a game that week, which could mean we could overtake the the Phillies. One of the last series we had a 4-game series against an NL East opponent was the Mets, where we split with them. We probably should have won that series. Had some troubles in Game 4. Game 3 wasn't the best, but that week is going to be important. But to get to that, it'd be nice to get a series win right here. Get us a couple games over 500. We're 3 now. Maybe getting to 4 or 5 would be nice. Getting some wins on the board. Hit that 40-win club as soon as possible. A lot of teams are entering in there. The Rays already entered the 40-win club. They're at 41-30. I mean, we're about 7 games away. Right now, we are 5 games away. Wow, 5 games away from the 81-win mark. And the Nationals are still barely contending for the wild card. So we'll see in a couple games, and so far, maybe a month or 2, if these Nationals still find themselves contending. Because, I mean, it just feels different this year. Mr. C said it yesterday. It feels different this year. The offense is good. The offense has never been this good deep into the season. It's late now. We're into June, and the Nationals offense is still producing the way they should. I'll get to a point here that I want to talk about throughout the game, but if you notice, we haven't had too many saves this year. And that's because this Nationals bullpen has done well. We haven't had to have save situations too much. This team hasn't been at a point where they need to save a game, which is really nice. Our offense gives them more than 4 runs to work with. That's good. We don't need saves. We need wins, and scoring runs gets who's wins. Okay, guys, we're about 3 minutes away from first pitch, so let's get going with the starting lineup and batting order for today's game. Let's get going, everybody. Starting lineups and batting orders right here on District Nation. We'll start with the home team, the Tampa Bay Rays. Everybody, if you're in the chat, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as we get going. Let's get going with the home team, the Tampa Bay Rays. They are 41-30. They're second place in the AL East, and they're 2 games back. So let's get going with their starting lineup. Leading it off is going to be Yandy Diaz, the designated hitter. Batting second is going to be Jonathan Aranda. He's at first base today. Batting third is going to be the right fielder, Johnny DeLuca. Batting fourth is going to be Junior Caminero, the third baseman. Batting fifth is the center fielder, Cedric Mullins. Said that wrong for a second. Batting sixth, the speedy left fielder, Chandler Simpson. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Richie Palacios. Batting eighth is going to be the shortstop in today's game, Taylor Walls. And batting ninth in the Rays lineup today is Hunter Fiducia for the Rays. He's the catcher. And on the mound for them is Griffin Jacks, a hybrid starter/reliever, but he's taking the mound. Once again for the Rays, that's Diaz, Aranda, DeLuca, Caminero, Mullins, Simpson, Palacios, Walls, Fiducia, with Jacks on the mound for the Rays, who are 11 games over 5. Let's get going. And now, the starting lineup for the road team, the Washington Nationals. Here we go, the starting lineup for your Washington Nationals for manager Blake Butera. Leading off for your Washington Nationals, number 29, the right fielder, James Wood. Batting second, the first baseman, number 2, Luis Garcia Jr. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 8, Jose Tena. Batting fourth, the shortstop, number 5, C.J. Abrams. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 20, Keibert Ruiz. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 4, Dalen Lyle. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 26, Nasim Nunez. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 84, Jorbit Vivas. And batting ninth, the center fielder, number 30, Jacob Young. And on the mound for your Washington Nationals, the left-handed pitcher, number 50, P.J. Pullen. And that is the starting lineup for your Washington Nationals. Let's get going, everybody. Nationals are ready to go. The Rays are on field. The Nationals will hit first here in Tropicana Field. Let's get going. Charge! All right, everybody. Let's get going. Nationals, Rays, right here on District Nation. Griffin Jax, the righty, will get out there. 20 games this season, only 9 of them have been starts. So his 10th start of the season with that 1-5 record, with a 3.68 ERA over 44 innings, 18 walks, 41 strikeouts with a 1.36 WHIP. These numbers, they're average. I mean, bullpen arm, he would be good. I think out of the bullpen, most of the time he's good, but starting tonight, and he hasn't been great as a starter. Rays wearing their Devil Rays uniforms tonight, alternate with some yellow, green, and blue trim. The Nationals wearing their alternate blue uniforms with red and white trim. Jack sets. Here comes the first pitch to James Wood. Wood check swing. He did go, and we're underway here at that 96-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's an 0-1 count. Underway right on time at 7:10 p.m. So the Rays are efficient. They want to get going on time at getting started at 7:10. 277 average with 20 homers for Wood. Why Tenna, do you think? The 0-1. And Wood takes a changeup outside, ball 1 at 91. I think because we're facing a righty in Griffin Jax, and Tenna usually does well against righties. I mean, DH spot, given that role, he does well against right-handed pitchers, especially guys who throw majority fastballs like Jax would, the 1-1. Wood's going to take a curveball in there, called strike 2. That was low in the zone. Wood's not going to challenge, though, to 1-2 count. One thing about Wood is his zone is so big. That's the one thing. His zone is just crazy big because he's so tall. That's hard for a leadoff hitter. The zone is so big that the starter can really throw anything in the zone there. But Tenna just works well against righties, especially hard-throwing righties. The 1-2. Wood swing and a miss at a changeup outside. Strikeout number 1 for Jax, and that's how we get started here right on time. So James Wood goes down swinging on a changeup outside. Jax this season has brought a sweeper, a changeup, a sinker, and a fastball to the arsenal this year. He throws the fastball as his least pitch. You'll see that out of relievers and openers. They work backwards. They'll start with a sweeper and then maybe work in the fastball. But Jax, the fastball, tends to be the put away. Here's the first pitch to Louie. Louie going to take a sinker in there, called strike 1 on the inside high corner. That'll make it an 0-1 count to Garcia, the 260 hitter. 9 home runs, so he's on pace to maybe hit 20 this year. 45 ribbies. With that 7.38 OPS, the 0-1 to Garcia, way inside, ball 1 with the cutter. That'll even up the count. Yeah, here just Tenna, I think it's because he crushes righties. And tonight you might want to give Meade a rest, who's hit against a lot of righties, so they might just be giving Meade a rest. Especially against a righty, because Meade's a righty-righty matchup. He might need a rest. The 1-1 to Garcia. Swing and a miss at a changeup outside, and it's swinging, and it's a 1-2 count. So Garcia also wanting a timeout here, but he doesn't get it. Now, Lance Barksdale, that's a Little behind the plate. Barksdale's the crew chief in today's game. Will Little is our guy behind the plate. So Jax will come set here. The 1-2 to Garcia. Swinging a ground ball foul, and we'll do 1-2 again. Will Little's our man behind the plate. Ryan Addison's over at first. Ryan Wills at second, and Lance Barksdale, the crew chief, is over at third in today's game.
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo! Yeah.
So do a 1-2 here with a 1 out. Coming set is Jax. Here's the pitch to Garcia. In the dirt ball to the sweeper, so that'll even up the count to 2-2. Now 9 pitches in the inning for Jax. Jax, you'd think a bullpen arm wouldn't work far into his starts or long. Jax still works deep into his starts. He'll go 5 or 6. So it could be a 2-2 here to Garcia. Swing and a miss on a changeup high and outside. Jax got him to chase that one. And now that's 2 strikeouts for Griffin Jax in the inning. Garcia goes down swinging, and that's out number 2. So I'll bring up Jose Tenna here with 2 outs, the designator. What up, District, says Dan. What's up, Dan? Yeah, Mr. C, now we'll get the guy that obviously we don't want to see hit. But here we go to be Jose Tenna hitting 220. Hasn't gotten too many starts, but when he does start, you see he hits in the 3-hole, which is interesting. First pitch to Tenna. High fastball, ball 1. Really Jax on that last AB, though. Got Garcia to chase something way out of the zone. That was way out of the zone. Didn't think he'd swing. So it'll be a 1-0 here to Tenna. Coming set is Jax. He waits. Now the 1-0 to Tenna. Swinging a fly ball foul, and we'll do 1-1. He was late on that sinker at 96. Jax has the velo, though. All his pitches will be in the mid to high 90s, really. That fastball can touch 98. Butera must be disappointed with his first two guys, though. 2 strikeouts in a row to get this one underway. So it'll be a 1-1 here. Jax will step back onto the rubber. He works on the left side of the rubber, so more towards the inside of Tenna. Here comes the 1-1. Tenna's going to take a change up in the dirt, so it'll be a 2-1 count. So it'll be 2-1 here with 2 outs. Once again, that's wearing their alternate blues in today's game. So I'm assuming, I'm just going to wear that one tomorrow then, because I'm assuming they're going to wear it all weekend. Because probably the Rays will wear some alternates as well. The 2-1, that's going to be a sweeper that sweeps back into the zone. It'll be a 2-2 count. How many jerseys do you have? I have no idea, Dan. Poof. Could be something around 10, 15. I mean, I don't wear some of them. Some of them are too small, but I have 2 that I wear right now. The blue and the city. The 2-2, Tenna is going to take a curveball in the dirt, ball 3. So looks like Jax is already cruising out here, though. 2 strikeouts in the inning, and now he has a 3-2 count on Tenna. Jax played in the World Baseball Classic for Team USA, represented the red, white, and blue. On deck is Abrams. So Jax comes set. He'll bring a 3-2 to Tenna. Here's the pitch. Tenna swings and grounds this one. First baseman over to get it. Aranda will flip up to Jax, covering in time for the out, and that will end the inning. Looks like first baseman Aranda had to range over to grab that one, but Griffin Jax was there to cover the bag for out number 3, and that will end the inning. Nationals go down 1-2-3 in the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base. We will head to the bottom of the first. It is the National 0 Rays coming up right here on District Nation. Thanks for tuning in. Now we'll see the Rays offense go to work, this team that has done very well at home, as I've mentioned. Now the question is, how will the Nationals do on the road? Which one will come out victorious? The Nationals road warriors or the Rays, who just can't seem to lose at home? Looks like the Natural winning in the poll already. Let's go. So we got some Nats fans in here. Be sure, if you're a Nationals fan, a Rays fan, or just a general MLB fan, to tell me who you think is going to win in the poll, and then subscribe as well. What will this team do today, though? Let's see what the Nationals can bring defensively. Who will get the bulk amount of innings? I wonder that one, too. Who will get the bulk amount? So we got a few people in the chat. Let's go. And already 6 likes on the stream. But now, will it be Meatball out of the pen, or will Poland just kind of go 2 and then Lord comes out? Let's see how Poland does now. Yes, let's see. I'm actually curious. How will Poland do here? Will he go 2? Will he go 1? I'm really curious, and to see how he does. If he's cruising, will they send him out for a second inning? And who do they go to after Poland? Will they go to Meatball? Will they go to Lord? We will see. They didn't really announce anything. I think, judging by the TV broadcast, they probably will go to Meatball, though, but I'm hopeful they don't. I'm hopeful they go to Brad Lord. But they did get that off day yesterday. So they got that Thursday, which they could consider if you wanted to keep the start schedule of 4 days in between. Meatball's already had 4 days of rest, or however he needs. He already has his minimal days of rest. So here we go, bottom of the first inning, we go to the bottom of the first. It'll be Yandy Diaz, Jonathan Aranda, and then DeLuca, the right fielder. But it'll start with Yandy Diaz. Johnny DeLuca, I hadn't even realized who's on the Rays here, and he's hitting in the 3-hole. The guy I'm afraid to face is Junior Caminero, probably one of the best hitters on this team. Poland sets. He'll throw his first pitch to Yandy Diaz, swinging a fly ball. This one is out to shallow right, going out as Nunez, coming in as Wood. Wood's calling it. James Wood can make the catch. Almost dropped it. James went on that fly ball. Had to reach over at the last second, almost over his head. He was under it most of the time. He thought he had it. And then that one kind of shifts at the last second, and Wood had to shift his glove at the last second to be under it and still make the catch for out number 1. PJ Poland gets 1 pitch, 1 out. Wood was calling for it at the end. And then the ball, he seemed to be off by maybe a millimeter or so. Just a little bit off where to reach his glove over his head. 1 pitch, 1 out, so I'll bring up Jonathan Aranda. Poland will now face a fellow lefty here. Poland swinging his arm, waiting for the pitch calm. He comes set. Only 1 pitch, though. Good pace. First pitch to Aranda, and that's going to be inside ball 1 with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Very different looks from Jax and then Poland. Poland's not going to throw as hard. 29 games. This is his 9th start. 3-0 record with a 3.29. So he's a winner. Here comes the 1-0. In there, called strike 1 with a sweeper. They're under a dome, right? Yep, Tropicana Field is a dome. Tropicana Field is a dome. Meaning it's not like the wind caught that ball. Yes, I think that Wood probably just didn't see it. I think Wood just didn't get a good run on it. Here comes the 1-1, and that's going to be called. Strike two, the sinker on the outside corner. It's a 1-2 count. I think Wood just saw it wrong and maybe had tracked it a little differently and then still made the catch. Aranda here, 276 average, 11 bombs, and 48 ribbies. Pulling sets. Here comes the 1-2. Just outside. Called! Strike three. The umpire, Little, was late on that call, but he ends up giving it to P.J. Pullen for out number 2. He rings up Jonathan Aranda. Woof, got the outside corner that time. Aranda didn't like the call, and that's out number 2. Thought that one might have been outside, too, but Pullen gets the call on the outside corner. So that is out number 2. Pullen gets 2 quick outs. Now that'll bring up DeLuca. Johnny DeLuca, spelled without an H. Pullen sets. First pitch to DeLuca is going to be way inside, ball 1 with a sweeper, and it's a 1-0 count. Johnny DeLuca, spelled Jonny, and then Deluca, but Johnny, spelled with no H. You don't see that much. Pullen sets. Here comes the 1-0. This is going to be swung on, hit to center, going back as Young, but he's under it. Now Jacob Young will make the catch for out number 3. Good pace there. 7 pitches, 3 outs for P.J. Pullen in the top of the first. 1, 2, 3 go down the Rays. That was an efficient inning. He gets the first guy on the first pitch, gets a strikeout, and then gets an easy fly out after just 2 pitches. So that will end the inning. P.J. Pullen sets him down quickly. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base. We're through 1. It's Nationals 0, Rays 0 as we head to the top of the second. Good inning there by Pullen. He was efficient. He was quick. Why not send him out for a second inning? He was cruising through that first and just kept going. Why don't we leave him out for the second? Don't go to meatball just yet. See how many innings you can get out of Pullen. If his max is 30 pitches, let's see how much 30 pitches will take him. I think we could get to, maybe this is the day we finally try a 3rd inning with this guy. Maybe that finally happens. Let's go, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. So we head to the top of the second. Oh, yeah, Jazeer. I forgot to put this on screen, but go vote C.J. Abrams and James Wood right now. I know no one has here. I know some people haven't. So go vote Abrams and Wood right now. You can scan that QR code or go to MLB.com/vote where you can find the All-Star ballot and vote James Wood and C.J. Abrams and no one else, unless you want to vote the other Nationals. But Abrams and Wood. Put Wood for your All-Star and put Abrams for your shortstop, and I'll be happy. That will make me the happiest man alive. If you just scan the QR code or go to MLB.com/vote. Got to put an incentive. I'm going to have to think up an incentive for people to vote James Wood, besides the fact that we're helping out our friend James Wood. That ad will play at some point when we take a break, but that is not anytime soon. So we had top second. It's going to be C.J. Abrams, Keibert Ruiz, and Dalen Lyle for the Nationals. Star District, I have the Rays winning today. Oh, that's fine. That's completely fine. I don't care who you're for. George! First pitch is a fastball up in the zone, and it's an 0-1 count. Gets that called strike with that fastball from Jax. 284 average for Abrams. 14 bombs, 54 ribbies. He's been driving in runs in this cleanup hole. The 0-1. Abrams with a fly ball. Hit to right center. He is staring at it, and that one is gone. Watch it fly. C.J. Abrams, home run number 15. C.J. Abrams leaves the yard on the second pitch he sees, and it's 1-0 Nationals quickly here in the top of the second. That was a bad voice crack on that home run, but C.J. Abrams goes yard out to right center. Nationals take an early 1-0 lead. C.J. Abrams, we just said how he drives in runs, and he decides to make his own run right there. Just barely missed the pull that time out there, the water. But C.J. Abrams pimped that one. He stared at it. It's a 1-0 game. C.J. Abrams continues to keep his all-star poll going. I'll bring up Keibert Ruiz. That's a ball upstairs with a sinker. N-A-T-S. Nats, Nats, Nats. Woo! So now it's a 1-0 count here to Keibert Ruiz hitting 282, and Ruiz fouls this one off. That'll even up the count. K-Bird's been driving in runs too. K-Bird's been really good of late. So it's a 1-1 count here. Jack steps back on the rubber as Ruiz took a timeout there. But it'd be the Nationals getting another run here. Once again, they are just scoring runs at will. 1-0 already here in the top of the second. Here's the 1-1 to Ruiz. Ruiz swings and grounds this one foul to be 1-2. Man, Abrams got his pitch on that one, though, and he sends it out of here. So it'll be a 1-2 here to Ruiz. Has 6 home runs, 29 ribbies, but he's been better. He got to a slow start here, and he's somehow starting his average in the 100s, has raised it up to 282 with the consistency he's had lately as Jack sets. The 1-2 to Ruiz. Ruiz swings and hits this one into right field. That's going to bloop in for a base hit in front of Johnny DeLuca. So Keibert Ruiz has another base hit. Keibert Ruiz has another base hit in a row. He's been just on a hot streak lately. Hits another one out to right for a base knock. So there's a runner at first here with no outs. And that'll bring up Dalen Lyle. Ruiz with another hit. So that'll bring up Dalen here, wearing number 4 in the Nationals' alternate blue jerseys and hitting .257. Jack sets. First pitch to Lyle. Lyle swings and grounds this one. First baseman has it around. It goes to second. Shortstop goes to first in time to complete the 3-6-3 double play for out number 2. And even just the first out. So that's a double play 3-6-3. Retires Ruiz and retires Lyle. So the base knock's erased. So there's 2 outs now, and that'll bring up Nasim Nunez. Nunez had a really good game on Tuesday. He had a good series overall. Had a couple triples in that Tuesday game. He's been the starting second baseman for this team. The pitch to Nunez, and that one is fouled off. He finally got a barrel, too. He caught a barrel on one of the triples. Almost got it out of here. Had a few home runs last year in 2025. Still looking for his first one this year. This would be an 0-1 here. Jack sets. Here comes the 0-1. And Nunez checks, swings. Did he go? No, says third base umpire Lance Barksdale. So that'll even up the count. You know, Nunez has been probably one of the least productive hitters in baseball right now. And he has a starting role on the team that's being considered one of the best offenses in the league. Funny how things work out. The 1-1 to Nunez. Nunez takes a sinker right in there, called strike 2, and it'll be a 1-2 count. Yeah, this Nationals offense, they've been putting things together just lately really, really well. I mean, other guys have been doing it. Wood, Garcia Jr., Abrams, Ruiz, Lyle, that center group just been really good. And the other guys around it, the group surrounding them, the 1-2. Nunez, check, swing. Did he go? No. And once again, says Barksdale, so that'll even up the count. That one was even. He didn't even go as far as he did when he was not rung up. So no way he was going to call it there. Jax will get back onto the rubber here. He'll have a 2-2 to Nunez. Jax comes set. He waits. Now the 2-2 to Nunez. Nunez takes a pitch way inside. Almost gets him. Nunez has to get out of the way there, so that'll fill up the count. Jax at 28 pitches now. Pitch count's pretty high, but he has about 15 pitches in an inning right now. That's what his pace is, at least. I mean, he struck out 2 in the first, so he had to use a good amount of pitches there. So it'll be a 3-2 here. Jax comes set. The 3-2. Nunez swings and hits this one out to left field, but that one is foul. So we'll do 3-2 again. That one is foul. Got a good piece of it, though, but he was late. So we'll do 3-2 again. A good AB. Sam is here saying, District, hello, good evening. What's up, Sam? Thanks for tuning in, man. Sam's been tuning in lately. He even watched a Rochester Red Wings game yesterday. So it'll be a 3-2 here to Nunez, the pitch. Nunez swings and hits this one to center field. That's going to drop in for a hit. So that one into center field in front of Cedric Mullins. Nasim Nunez delivers a base knock. So Nasim Nunez keeps it going with a base hit to center field. 3 hits in the inning now. Nunez on a 3-2 pitch just hits that one out to center field and has himself a base hit. Nunez really starting to hit too. These boys are just learning to hit well and hit consistently. They want to get their offense spiked. So now to be Jorbit Vivas here at 2 outs. Another lefty-righty matchup. So far, yeah, there's only 2 righties in this order. Here's the pitch back over to first, back in safely, is Nunez. Actually, looking again here, there is 1 righty in this entire order, and it's Jacob Young in the 9-hole. 1 righty in this entire order, and it's JY. Wow. I mean, if you want to do this lefty-righty matchup thing, why not do it? .242 average for Vivas. 1 home run and 10 ribbies. 2 outs here. Jax picked off first, so we got only no pitches in this AB, so only a pickoff so far. The pitch to Vivas. Vivas swings and lines this one down the left field line, but foul. It'd be an 0-1 count. Nunez was on the move there, and he seemed to have a good jump, so he must be pretty angry with Vivas here. He probably had that bag stolen after that first pickoff move from Jax. So be 0-1 here to Vivas. I mean, of all the third basemen the Nationals have, I think Vivas has probably had the least PT at the position of third base, the pitch. Vivas going to take outside. Nunez on the run. The throw is not in time. Nunez swipes the bag. Sets a ball outside as well, and Nunez swipes second base on the catcher, Fiducia. But Nunez with yet another stolen bag. Vivas Las Vegas. Yep, Viva Las Vegas. Maybe we need to think of a nickname like that for Nunez. I think our Nunez nickname was Smoonez. So it'll be a 1-1 here from Jax to Vivas. Here's the pitch. Vivas going to take a changeup outside, ball 2 to be a 2-1 count. You know, Jax uses that outside of the plate a lot. He works hitters outside. He's especially been working all these lefties to the outside corner. So coming set is Jax. So it'll be a 2-1 here to Vivas. He waits. Now the 2-1. Vivas going to take a sinker top part of the zone, called strike 2. So that'll make it a 2-2 count. 2-2 here with 2 outs. Runner at second. It's a deuces situation here in the second inning. So 2-2, 2 outs. Maybe Nunez on the move, I bet. Just to mess with Jax a little bit. He might get running. Jax was a key part of that USA bullpen during the World Baseball Classic. So be 2-2 here. Jax comes set. Here comes the 2-2 to Vivas. Vivas swings and hits this one out to left field. That's going to be a sliding catch by Chandler Simpson for out number 3. Nice play by Simpson, who was on the run and came in to make a sliding catch, and that will end the inning. But C.J. Abrams gets the Nationals on the board with a home run to lead off this inning. 3 hits in the inning, 1 man left on base. We will head to the bottom of the second. It's now the Nationals 1, the Rays nothing. When the Nationals were in Tampa, I think it was 2 years ago, when Abrams came up. Abrams has a leadoff home run here at Tropicana. It was after he had a broken finger, I believe, too, where he was injured just a little bit, and he came in and hit a bomb for the Nationals in a leadoff spot. I just remember that little nugget. Eagle, let's go. Yep. So Smoonez got a stolen base in the bag, though. 3 hits, and they really only get 1 run out of it after the home run. I mean, Lyle grounding into that double play was big. They couldn't really get much going. So it'll be Caminero, Mullins, and Simpson for the Rays in the bottom of the second inning. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. Just remember, MLB.com/vote. Go to that or scan the QR code, MLB.com/vote, or you can scan that code right there. Vote Abrams, vote Wood, vote the boys, vote the Nationals, vote the boys in red, white, and blue. Vote those guys now. 1-0 game here for the Nationals. They got to Jax, at least Abrams got to Jax early, got a run on him. Let's see how long Poland can last in this opener role and who will come in from the bullpen for the Nationals. Sure, if you're wondering, I'm running with the Your Place for Walk-Offs cups today. It is Ryan Zimmerman on the cup, so that's the cup we're running with today. I know some people like seeing what cup it is, and all it is water. So just drinking water on the stream and enjoying some baseball. The baseball vibes. So we'll head to bottom 2 here. Let's see if Caminero will be held down by Poland here in the bottom of the second. So we get going in just a moment. The Nationals, though, they able to get 1 run, and Ruiz has a single, Nunez has a single. So we go. Bottom of the second we go. Nationals have a 1-0 lead. After this inning, I'll let you know on the other matchups going around the league. We'll check out those out-of-town scoreboard games as Poland will step onto the rubber. He'll work here in the second to Caminero, the righty. Poland comes set. Here comes the pitch to Junior. He delivers. First pitch is going to be swung on and popped up into foul ground. Coming over is Garcia. He's under it. Garcia cannot make the catch in foul ground. He jumped for it and then misses the ball, so it'll be no 1 count. Garcia really leaped to try to make that catch and couldn't make the catch. I feel like he should make that play. Pollard and Garcia were running over. Garcia jumps at the last second and cannot make the catch. I mean, I think he had a bad read on it. Maybe he got lost it in the white top part of Tropicana field. He lost the ball out there maybe. But it's an 0-1 count. Just to execute it, it's a strike. So it'll be an 0-1 count here. Poland here will work now ahead of Junior Caminero, who's at 272 this year. Poland sets. Here comes the 0-1. Swinging a jam foul ball on a 78-mile-an-hour sweeper, and it'll be 0-2. Poland will not throw hard at all. Poland will touch into the low nines, but he works effectively. It still works for him. PJ gets the outs he needs to. He got the first 3, apparently, pretty quickly, so he has to be feeling good about those. Has been optioned and called up a few times now, but he's been good when he's at the big league level. The 0-2, down low ball, one with a changeup. Wanted him to chase that changeup outside the zone. It'd be a 1-2 count now. Caminero wears a lot of chains too. He wears, I think, 2 he has on, or maybe that's just one that's really bright. So it'd be a 1-2 here. Pulling sets. He waits. Now here's the pitch. Inside ball 2, that fastball at 90. Dust Caminero off just a little bit with some chin music. So that'll even up the count. Poland's working quickly here, though, to Caminero. Now he will slow down a little bit, and he comes set. Clock winding down. 3, 2, and now Poland will go to the plate. The 2-2. Low ball 3 with a fastball, and it's a 3-2 count. So it goes 0-2 to 3-2 here. I guess Poland's working him strategically here. I mean, that's just something the Nationals bullpen does a lot. They don't really use pitches efficiently. They still throw a lot of balls. They'll throw a lot of balls and try to get chases. The 3-2. Swinging a line drive, left field, that's a base hit. C.J. Abrams can't make the catch, and that'll be out to left field in front of Dalen Lyle. Junior Caminero has a base hit here to lead off the bottom of the second. So Junior Caminero, who could probably be an all-star this year, has a base hit. And that'll bring up Cedric Mullins, former Oriole. He'll step up to the plate. Here with no outs and a runner at first. Caminero may be a threat to steal. He says hi to Garcia, who's going to hold him on at first. Poland here, looking for a sign. Cedric Mullins' average is sub 200, though. Poland sets. Here comes the pitch to Cedric Mullins, and he's going to swing and foul this one off his foot, and it's an 0-1 count. He just fouls that one right off his foot, so we'll make it 0-1. Charles is here saying, Mr. District CEO, great night. What is up, Charles? Thanks for tuning in. So do an 0-1 count here to Mullins. Smash some free subs and hit the like button. Let's go. Yes, do that. Devil Rays uniforms. Now, I don't really like these that say Devil Rays. I don't see the point. I don't like them as much. So, Poland sets. It'd mean 0-1 here to Mullins. Here's the pitch. That's outside. Ball 1. That'll even up the count on the 89-mile-an-hour sinker. 244 average for Mullins' career over his 9 seasons. A 109 home runs, 358 RBIs. Should be 1-1 here. Poland comes set. Here comes the 1-1. Lefty-lefty matchup here. He delivers. Mullins swings and pops this one up. Ruiz behind the plate. He's looking at it, and this one will get out of play. So do a 1-2 count. Feel inspired to join in the chat. You're welcome to do so at any time, respectfully. Oh, let's go. He's doing very well. Winners never quit and quitters never win. Yes. Should be 1-2 here. The Rays have been good this year at 41-30, but looks like Poland's trying to hold down their offense just a little bit. Poland wears number 50 out there on the mound. That was James Wood's number in 2024 for just about a week. Then he switched it to 29 when he realized it was available. So he 1-2 here. I guess you could call that his debut number. He just wore it because of the debut. So do a 1-2 here. Poland waits. Now he goes to the plate. The 1-2. Swinging a fly ball, hit well out to right, but coming in now is the right fielder Wood, and he makes the catch for out number 1. So Wood had to run in to make that catch after a while. Kind of jams Mullins a little bit. Thought he had more of a barrel on that one, but he doesn't. So it's out number 1. So now I can see the first base coach. I'll talk about him real quickly. Corey Dickerson is the Rays' first base coach. Former Nationals player. Corey Dickerson from 2023 is their first base coach. That's interesting to me. Now all the former players I have watched are becoming coaches, which really unsettles me a little bit. So now to be Chandler Simpson here, the speedy guy. He just has as many barrels as Nunez does. Chandler Simpson does not hit the ball hard. He's just fast. The pitch. Simpson swings and grounds as one is short. Abrams, all he has is first, and that's all he'll get. Simpson is very quick. He got down the line pretty quickly. They were shifted on him. Abrams is lucky to get Simpson out, headed to first. So that's out number 2. All he gets. Man, Simpson was moving on that anyway. Abrams had to range over and then fired it to first in time. Moves Caminero up to second. Santabi Palacios, the second baseman. Caminero finds himself at second for Palacios here with 2 outs. Richie Palacios, 234 with a home run and 21 RBIs. Pulling sets. It's another lefty-lefty matchup. The pitch. That's going to be a sweeper low and out at 79 miles an hour, and it's a 1-0 count. So 1-0 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Richie Palacios wears goggles on the field. That's cool. Like seeing the guys who wear the goggles. Here comes the 1-0 to Palacios from Pullen. Here's the pitch. Palacios going to take a sinker right in there, called strike 1, so to even up the count. Pullen now touches 20 pitches. I mean, effective with the pitch count. He just hit 20, and he's in the second inning. Those are good numbers for a starter here, but I don't think Pullen's going to play it like a starter. Here comes the 1-1 from Pullen. Swinging a line drive down the third baseline and foul, so it'll be 1-2. So someone is warming up for the Nationals. I believe that's Meatball out there, but he's warming up. The bullpens here are on the side of the field. They're not really bullpens. They're on the side, down the third baseline. I'm assuming that's Meatball, though. Just looking at it, I believe that's Meatball. So I think Michaelis may be coming out of the pen here. He's already warming up, or that could be Lord. So it'll be a 1-2 here. Here's the pitch from Pullen. High ball 2 with a fastball at 90 miles an hour, and it'll be 2-2. That's really all you're going to get velo-wise from PJ. He's not going to throw too hard, but he will go in the zone. Another deuces situation here. Bottom part of the second inning, 2-2, 2 outs with a runner at second. Pullen swings his arm. Now he comes set. It'll be another 2-2. Here's the pitch from Pullen to Palacios. He'll step off here. So first disengagement by Pullen, who I thought was Powlin at the beginning of the season. Then I was told it is PJ Pullen. Getting his first taste of real big league ball here and getting that chance to be a starter and opener for this team, as well as get bullpen opportunities. It'll be a 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball out to shallow right, but going out as Nunez, just a few steps onto the green turf. That's out number 3. That will end the inning. I think it's a dirt infield, though. So that's out number 3, inning over on the little bloop out to second base. So Nunez makes the catch on that one. That's out number 3. That'll end the inning. 1 hit, no runs, and a man left on base in Caminero after his hit. We're through 2 here in Tampa. It is the Nationals 1, the Rays nothing, as we head to the top of the third. Let's go. We just gained a sub. Let's go. We're now at 424. I think we could hit like 428 today. Maybe gain a few subs. See how many we could gain today as we head to the top of the third. Remember, everybody, vote Abrams and Wood, MLB.com/vote. Go vote Abrams and Wood for All-Star Starter. That's what you're helping out. Does not cost any money. It is free to vote the boys, so go vote them. All you need is an email, so just go vote them. I mean, it's not like it's going to apply to anything big. It's just 1 year, but it is so much more to Abrams and Wood. And I see that Turner is second, I believe. Man, why are we letting... I love Turner and all, but he should not be an all-star starter. He has not been good this year. Abrams needs to be starting over there. He has been the best offensive player in the all-star league, in the NL, so he should be the all-star. I would really like it. It would help out the channel, and it would help out the boys, because us having 2 all-stars would be great. I do reports and everything on the all-star game if those 2 are in the starting lineup. I'd have so much coverage, and it's in Philly, so I believe JJ is going to be doing some exclusive coverage from the stadium. But I'll be covering the game probably itself as well. I mean, we're already into summertime, which is kind of crazy to me. So here we go. It'll be Jacob Young, the sole righty in this order, to lead it off in the top of the third for the Nationals. Then Wood and Garcia Jr., who both got K'd up by Jax in the first. It'll be Walls, Viducia, and Diaz in the bottom of the third for the Rays. But let's hope we don't see that for another hour. That is a good prediction. Let's keep it right here for a little while. Get the Nats on the board more. So we head to the top of the third here. We'll go back to that screen if anyone missed it. We'll go back to it in a little bit. But here we go, top 3. Here's the pitch. JY going to take a fastball on the inside corner, ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. That was a sinker at 94, so it'll be a 1-0 count. So you 1-0 here. Here comes a pitch to Young. Young takes a sweeper, low it out. It'll be a 2-0 count now. So 2-0 here from Jax. He's at 37 pitches. I think a prediction, he'll go 5. I think it's just my prediction here. He'll end up going 5 innings at most. So it'll be a 2-0 here. Now Young swings through a sinker, and it's a 2-1 count. So Jax gets him to swing through that one. It'll be a 2-1. So it looks like Poland is sitting on the bench, and usually sitting is a sign that he may go back out there. But he did take his hat off. But I don't know. Maybe he goes back out there. This will be a 2-1 here. Jax is pitched to Young. Young swings and just pops this one up. Out to shallow right center. Coming in is DeLuca. DeLuca's under it. He makes the catch for out number 1 here in the top of the third. So it's out number 1, and that'll now bring up James Wood. He's 0-for-1 with a strikeout in today's game. Looks like Tropicana's starting to fill up a little bit. I think a lot of their fans sat down before the game started, though. Nationals fans are not good at that. They come in much later to games. So 1 out here in the top of the third. The pitch to Wood. Now Wood's going to take a sweeper that sweeps back into the zone at 87 miles an hour, and it's an 0-1 count. Wood struck out swinging to get this one underway. So it'll be 0-1 here. Coming set is Jax. Here's the pitch to Wood. Wood swings and drives this one out to deep right center field. Going back is Mullins onto the track at the wall, and it's caught by the center fielder Mullins. So that's DeLuca, the right fielder, but that's out number 2. Wood just barely misses a home run for out number 2. Wood thought he had it, but DeLuca also thought he had it. So that's out number 2. Wood just barely misses a home run. So that's out number 2. Abrams already had one. Wood trying to add on here. But no. So that's probably no fantasy points for Wood if you have him in fantasy. So now to be Luis Garcia Jr. Garcia swings and hits this one out to left. Going back is Simpson to the track at the wall. He leaps and it is gone. Watch it fly. Luis Garcia Jr. to the opposite field. That's home run number 10, and the Nationals have another one here in the top of the third inning. Luis Garcia Jr., home run number 10, 364 feet. He sneaks it out of here at 100 miles an hour, and the Nationals get another one. So 2 big bombs in the inning. One of them gets out, one of them doesn't. Luis escapes the yard. So Luis Garcia Jr. is going to add on. It's now the Nationals 2, the Rays nothing here in the top of the third. N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo! Now to be Tenna, who takes a sweeper right in there called strike 1, and it's an 0-1 count. Garcia giving some high fives, getting some hugs. Chaparro gives him a big hug, so it'll be 0-1. But Louis goes yard to the Apotaco direction, the 0-1 to Tenna. Now Tenna's going to take a changeup outside. That'll even up the count to 1-1. Let's go. Nats get another on the board. And I forgot the home run horn. I have forgotten the home run horn twice now. Man, got to start playing that more. The 1-1. Now Tenna's going to take a changeup outside. But Jax has now given up 2 home runs in the game. Forgot to play the home run horn twice. So it'll be 2-1 here. Jax steps back onto the rubber. He comes set. Here comes the 2-1 to Tenna. Now Tenna swings and misses at a sweeper. Took a big hack at that one, so that evens up the count to 2-2. Now Tenna's going to take a timeout. He's at 218 with 3 home runs, 14 ribbies this season. Had a clutch home run against the White Sox earlier in the season in extra innings when they were only winning 1-0. Tenna left the yard to add on just one more. The 2-2. Now Tenna swing and a miss at a changeup low in the zone. Jax sets him down. So that will end the inning. Tenna goes down. Strikeout number 3 for Griffin Jax. But the Nationals get one more on the Luis Garcia Jr. home run. And now the Nationals lead it 2-0. Abrams with a bomb. Garcia Jr. with a bomb. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
So there you go, everybody. So got to play all the sound effects there now as we head to the bottom of the third. The Nationals have a 2-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the third. Nationals 2, Rays nothing. So let's see if Poland goes out there for a third inning maybe, or they just stretch it out to whoever is going to take the bulk of this game, whoever that may be. So no changes just yet. No changes through MLB. So far, he's going back in, but we'll see. So now Meatball Michaelis will come into the game. Miles Michaelis is going to take over here for the Washington Nationals after Pullen works 2 innings. Meatball will come in to relieve him. P.J. Pullen works a good 2 innings. He gives up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and a strikeout. So good numbers there. I mean, the 0 is the biggest number, and the most important one is Meatball will now take over for him. Meatball Michaelis will work the bulk out of this one. I mean, once again, he got his rest because the Nationals had an off day. So the starters have already had the number of rests they need, or they will get the number of rest days they need. So Miles Michaelis is ready to go. He's had his optimal rest. So he's ready to go here. So he's going to come out here in the bottom of the third and get to work against the Tampa Bay Rays. Meatball, apparently earlier today, he was throwing with his dad. That's so cool. So Meatball got to play catch with his dad. That's awesome. They were doing that for Father's Day, I believe. A lot of guys were playing catch with their dad. And then one mom was out there, looks like. Or maybe daughters. So now Miles Michaelis will work out of the line. First pitch to Walls, the shortstop. This is going to be in there. Called strike 1 with a fastball. Meatball lately over his last couple starts has been pretty good. I mean, 15 games, 2-5 record, though, with a 5.29. I believe every game so far. I don't think he started one just yet, the 0-1. That's the slow curveball in there, called strike 2, taken for a strike. So it looks like the big Michaelis family's at the game. So it'll be 0-2 here. Well, is that the entire Michaelis family? Here's the 0-2. Swinging a liner up the middle. Abrams can't make the play. He recovers, fires it to first. In time for the out. That was a chopper up the middle. Abrams missed it at first, then recovers and fires it to first, and he makes the play. So Walls is down, but he looks to be staying out there. So this was a kind of a chopper up the middle. Abrams can't make the play on one hop. It goes off his glove, but he recovers and throws it to first in time. So that's out number 1. That'll bring up Fiducia, the catcher in today's game. 253 average for him as Meatball will get back to work here after facing a batter and retiring him. Meatball back onto the rubber. He will go into his slow windup. Here's the first pitch to Fiducia. That's going to be a slider low ball 1, and it's a 1-0 count to the 253 hitter. Hunter Fiducia has 1 home run and 7 ribbies this season. Here comes the 1-0 from Michaelis. Swinging a fly ball foul. It'll be even up the count to 1-1. With that sinker, Miles Michaelis will use a variation of pitches. He's got the sinker, the fastball. He'll go to the slider sometimes. That curveball uses the least amount of time, but it is a very slow curveball. The 1-1. Curveball in there, called strike 2 at 78. Early on, hitters crushed that pitch a lot more, but now Meatball is using variations so they don't hit it as much, which I really like. The 1-2, swinging a ground ball. This is going to be down the first base line. This one will go foul right before it gets to Garcia, so it'll stay a 1-2 count. So Fiducia is alive to see one more day, so it'll be a 1-2 count here. Michaelis trying to go to work here. Do well after Pullen sets him up for success here, gives him the bottom of the order and a good situation to work with. 8-9-1, and he retires the first one he sees. So Meatball will step back onto the rubber. I think it's time for a curveball right here on a 1-2 count. Get him to take it. Or just swing through it. The 1-2. Inside, ball 2 with that sinker. Just inside, so that'll even up the count at 93. Miles Michaelis apparently has gained velo this year after significantly losing velo. Over the last few years, he's starting to gain velo. As it'll be a 2-2. Here's the pitch. Low and out, ball 3, so it'll be a 3-2 count. This will be 3-2 with 1 out. The last 2 games, 11 2/3 innings worked for Meatball. 6 hits, no runs, no walks. Those numbers are good. So it'll be a 3-2 here. Here's the pitch. Check swing, low and outside, ball 4. So Fiducia in the 9 hole will take a walk here. First walk issued by Miles Michaelis in a little while, over 11 2/3 innings of it. So now that'll bring up Yandy Diaz here with 1 out and a man at first now. A double play ball here would be nice. Tropicana, it's a nice dome, though. I like this dome field. Not the worst dome you could play in. It is white at the top, though, which may be annoying to players, as Meatball comes set now. He'll work out of the set position. First pitch to Yandy Diaz is going to be called. Strike 1 with a high sinker. It's an 0-1 count. Gets that call. So it'll be an 0-1 count now. I know Mr. C is eagerly watching here of Meatball. So it'll be 0-1 here. Meatball sets. Here comes the 0-1. Inside, ball one with another sinker. That'll even up the count, so it's a 1-1 count now. We'll check up on some other scores after we're done to this, usually as we do after the third inning. Check the other games around. Check who else is streaming. Check out the games going on. So, Meatball coming set. Here comes the 1-1 to Yandy Diaz. He hits a liner up the middle. That's going to dunk in for a hit to center field. Young's going to have to chase after it. DeLuca's going to start, that's Fiducia over at second. He's going to stop at second. So Yandy Diaz delivers with a knock here with 1 out. Now there's a runner in scoring position. Indeed, says Mr. C. Yep, we have had the beauty of watching Miles Michaelis so much. Me, Mr. C, and all the Nats fans, indeed. All of them have watched Miles Michaelis eagerly, and finally, we're seeing a little improvement. That's good. So now that'll bring up Jonathan Aranda, who has 2 runners on and 1 out. Meatball sets first pitch to Aranda, and he swings and fouls this one off. I mean, we've seen improvement. The velo's going up. He's giving up less runs, it seems like. He's just improving. I mean, he's throwing more pitches in games. He doesn't, since he works out of the pen, you don't see him throw as many pitches as a starter would. But, I mean, we're still seeing him play a good role for these Nationals in his after the starter role, the 0-1. That is a sinker high, and that evens up the count. So you haven't really seen the fastball much. We've seen the sinker a lot, but you haven't seen the fastball too much. Well, now you've jinxed it. Well, I mean, he came in with a good amount. I mean, I said how he hadn't walked a guy in 11 2/3, then he gives that up. The 1-2, this 1-1 is slapped out to left field. That one's going to hit the foul pole, and it's gone. Just like that, Jonathan Aranda, and I did jinx it. Jonathan Aranda reaches out and pokes that one off the left field foul pole, and the Rays have the lead. So Miles Michaelis does turn back into plain Meatball Michaelis. He gives up a 3-run bomb off of Jonathan Aranda, who he looks like he just pokes that one to the opposite field. That did not look like a home run swing. He poked it out to left field, and it barely goes off the foul pole. Just barely. That is 315 out to left field. He poked it. That was a poke out to left field, and he leaves the yard. So it's a 3-run home run. The Rays have the lead. So I'll bring up DeLuca now in the 3 hole. So I did jinx it. I apologize, everybody. Michaelis into the line. First pitch to DeLuca. That's low ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize that would happen. I didn't realize I would jinx it just by saying Meatball's done pretty well. And then he gives up a 3-run bomb. Why can't we have another arm pitch? The 1-0. And that's low ball to the slider. At least he isn't throwing the plain Meatball as much. He's not throwing that slow curveball on a 3-0 count, so they can just hit it. We're now to be Johnny DeLuca. That 2 home runs and a 704 OPS. Here comes the 2-0 here from Michaelis. Swinging a fly ball, hit out to right, coming in is Wood. Wood's under it. He's there, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So Michaelis gets an out now after giving up that bomb. But the thing is, this field kind of plays towards righties as well, and we don't have many righties in the order. Looking at it from another perspective, we're going to look at it glass half empty real quickly. Cloudy with a chance of meatballs in Tampa tonight. Yep. Cloudy with a chance of meatballs here. Now Junior Caminero is going to try to get a bite out of this meatball. 15 home runs and 33 ribbies for him with his .275 average and an .859 OPS. Miles Michaelis into the wind. First pitch to Caminero, and that's going to be low with a slider, and it's a 1-0 count. It's going to be 1-0 with 2 outs. Meatball into the wind. Here comes the 1-0. Now Caminero takes another sinker low, and it's a 2-0 count. You know, this is not what the Nationals needed, though, giving up that 3-run bomb, a walk and a single, and then a bomb out to left. That's the thing. If you can get a ball, go oppo taco, you can probably get it out. It's only 319 out to left. The 2-0, swinging a fly ball. This is going to be into foul ground and out of play, so it'll be a 2-1 count. The sky is white, though, so Tropicana's roof is white, so you might lose balls in the sky, but it doesn't seem like the Nats, hopefully they can keep all of them. Wood almost lost one at the beginning of the game, but he does not. So it'll be a 2-1 here. Meatball into wind. Here's the pitch to Caminero. Swinging a ground ball through the hole in the right field. Garcia can't get it. James Wood will grab it, and Junior Caminero has a second hit of the day. Another single, this time to the opposite field to right. So Caminero is looking to be red hot now. Back-to-back innings with a hit. So that'll bring up Cedric Mullins. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out. Mullins will step up now. 197 average, 6 home runs, 21 ribbies for him. Once again, 0 for 1 on the day. Meatball comes set. First pitch to Mullins, and that's going to be inside, ball 1, and it's a 1-0 count. So it'll be 1-0 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third to Mullins. Career versus Miles Michaelis. He's 3 for 5, though. Here comes the 1-0. This one is going to be swung on, hit out to left field, but under it is Lyle this time. Now he comes in a little bit, and Dalen Lyle makes the catch for out number 3, and that will end the inning. But the Rays get 3 on the board with a 3-run home run. 3 hits in the inning, a walk, 1 man left on base with a 3-run home run. It's now the Rays 3, the Nationals 2. Man, as soon as Meatball comes in, somehow we're already losing. I don't get that. I don't get how we're still doing that. So we go top of the 4th we go. Funny number here, Nats against the Rays full-time are 21 and 25 all-time. So there's a little number there, 21 and 25 as the Expos as well, I believe. I think that's both the Nationals and Expos. But here we go, top of the 4th we go. Thanks to everyone for already tuning in to today's stream. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, scan the QR code and vote CJ Abrams and James Wood, or go to MLB.com/vote and go vote Abrams and Wood for All-Star starters, because we'd really like that. Surely they're a pull Meatball. I don't know how many innings they'll let them last. I mean, that one home opener, they let him last through 11 runs, so I have no idea how many innings, what a leash he's on today. We will see what his leash is like today. Maybe he's in for a lot of innings. We're checking up. We got plenty of people in the chat. We're at 9 likes. Let's go. Thanks to everyone who's already hit that like button. So here we go. I think they'll keep him in for a little while. That's the thing. I don't know how much faith Butera has in him. We have Brad Lord in the pen. Lord's had a couple extra days of rest, so maybe Lord works a few innings, keep this right where it is. But Abrams is going to lead it off in the bottom of the 4th, the top of the 4th. He already has a bomb today, and that'll be Ruiz and Lyle. So we go to be CJ Abrams here in the top of the 4th. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, to Nationals Baseball. I didn't really get to check on the scores in between innings, but I can. As we go through this inning, we'll look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Jack sets. First pitch to Abrams. It's going to be low and inside, ball 1, and it'll be a 1-0 count. White Sox and Tigers all tied at 2 in the bottom of the 5th. Looks like the Yankees are beating the Reds 4-0 in New York. Giants and Marlins are tied middle of the 3rd. Brewers beating the Braves just 1-0 in the top of the 4th. Griffin Jackson will now throw away the ball, get a new one. Padres, Rangers yet to start. Same with the Guardians, Astros, Cardinals, Royals getting underway at 8:10, I believe. And then at 8:40, Pirates, Rockies, 9:40, Angels, A's. As Jack sets, here comes the 1-0. And Abrams going to take a sweeper inside, ball 2. Gina's here saying, have a great stream, District Nation. Let's go. Thank you so much. At 9:45, Twins and D-backs. And at 10:10, Red Sox, Mariners. As well at 10:10 is going to be the Orioles at the Dodgers. So it'll be a 2-0. Here's the pitch to Abrams, and Abrams swings and misses at a changeup low. It'll be a 2-1 count. So 2-1 here in the top of the 4th. I like watching the Dodgers broadcast usually, but I won't be able to watch it today because that's a local game for me. So I'm in the DMV area. So here's the pitch, the 2-1, and Abrams swings and grounds this one foul. It'll be 2-2. Left you a like. Let's go. Thank you, Miss Gina, for that like. Abrams already has a bomb in this game out to right center. Let's see if he can grab another one, though. And anyone could get another run on the board. Just tie this game up. Somehow get some on the board. Abrams was the one who got the offense going, and then Louis brings more. Here's the 2-2. Abrams swings and grounds this one to the second baseman. He ranges over. Palacios fires to first in time over to Aranda for out number 1. So Abrams is going to ground out here, and that's out number 1 here in the top of the 4th, and I'll bring up K-Barrett Ruiz. So that is out number 1. Ruiz here has a single in the day, so he's 1 for 1. Jack's now at 52 pitches here in the 4th. Ruiz hitting .287 with 6 home runs, 29 ribbies with his .806 OPS. Some good numbers overall. I think he's been one of the better offensive catchers in the league as Jack's comes set. Here comes the pitch to K-Barrett Ruiz. Ruiz swings and fouls off a sweeper that's low and in. Oof, that one went off his body there. Wincing and baying a little bit. It'll be an 0-1 here. he looks to be okay. I can't watch the Dodgers game tonight, though, because it's a local game, and I don't really want to turn on Masson and watch the Orioles broadcasters. I'd rather just watch the Dodgers broadcasters because at least then, that's Joe Davis, who's probably one of the better broadcasters right now. So, 0-1 here with 1 out. I think he's one of my favorite voices on TV right now. Him, Joe Buck, probably. Those are guys I just hear a lot for the nationally televised games. The 0-1, Ruiz takes a changeup in the dirt, so that'll even up the count. I liked Bob Carpenter while he was on TV for the Nationals, but now he is retired, and it's Dan Coco and Kevin Franzen now. So you 1-1 with 1 out. Jax comes set. He bends over a little bit before he comes set. Here comes the 1-1 to Ruiz. Ruiz takes a sinker right in there, called strike 2, and it'll be a 1-2 count. I like it if Ruiz just let into a ball right now. Just got into a ball and sent it. Doesn't even need to be a home run. Just take a nice ball, maybe 100 miles an hour off the bat. So we have 1-2 here. Jax sets. Here comes the 1-2 to Ruiz. Ruiz takes a swing. Did he go? Yes, says third base umpire Barksdale. On a pitch low, they say Ruiz went. So that's a strikeout swinging for Keibert Ruiz. Strikeout number 4 for Griffin Jax. Wow. He went low with that sinker, and they said Ruiz went. He just went a little bit into the swing, just enough for the third base umpire to say he went. So that's out number 2, and then I'll bring up Dalen Lau, grounded into a double play his last time up. You know the way the offense is tonight, the Rays will definitely go to a lefty arm after Jack's first pitch to Lyle. He's going to take a sweeper inside ball 1. I mean, you got 6 natural lefties in this order, 2 switches and a righty. You gotta, if I'm the Rays, I'm throwing in a lefty as soon as Jax's day is over. Here comes the 1 to Lyle. Lyle's going to take a changeup low and out ball 2, and it's a 2-0 count. They're going to go to a lefty. That is their best decision to do. They're going to go to a left-handed arm. And that's not good for the Nats because we're going to have to sub out a lot of their good hitters here. But I'd like to see Curtis Mead too. Here's the 2-0 count. Lyle's going to take a sweeper inside, and it's a 3-0 count now. So 3-0 here with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Jax comes set. Here's the 3-0 to Lyle. Lyle takes a sinker right in there, called strike 1. It's a 3-1 count now. So 3-1 with 2 outs. Jax now at 60 pitches. Jax looking for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. He bends a little bit and then gets into a set position. Here's the pitch to Lyle. Lyle swings and fouls off a changeup low. That was out of the zone, so Lyle could have taken the walk, but instead he wants to fight it off. So it's a 3-2 count. 3-2, 2 outs. The hypothetical runners will be going, even though they're non-existent. Nunez on deck. He's 1 for 1 with a single and a stolen base today. But here's Lyle here facing Jax. Jax comes set. It'll be another 3-2 here. Here's the pitch to Lyle. Lyle swings and lines this one down the first base line, but foul. Someone over in the bullpen will go kick that one like a soccer ball. Ironic with the World Cup going on. I'll check it. I have no idea, and I don't really care about the World Cup too much, but, I know a lot of people elsewhere do. I'm not a big soccer fan, but I can check it. Looks like USA won 2-0. Here comes the 3-2 to Lyle. Lyle, swing and a miss, and a sweeper up in the zone. Strikeout number 5 for Jax, 2 in a row. 2 strikeouts in the inning, and that will end the inning. 1-2-3 inning for the Rays. The Nationals go down 1-2-3. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. It is still now the Rays 3, the Nationals 2. So at bottom of the 4th, it's going to be Simpson, Palacios, and Walls for the Rays in the bottom of the 4th. Chandler Simpson, he almost ran out a routine grounder earlier, so he could possibly do anything. Looks like USA won. That's good then. I don't really get soccer that much. Not the game. I understand how it's played, but So it went in Dallas. Okay. So USA's 2-0 now. How many games do they play then? Or who do they play now? Looks like they play, I think that says Turkey. I think they play Turkey next if anyone's curious. But I would rather watch baseball really than the World Cup, but that's just my opinion. The Nationals here trailing by 1. Maybe they will take out Meatball, like Mr. C suggested. Maybe they'll take out Meatball after owning an inning of work, but I don't want to say it's a waste because he is really not great, but he's been good over his last starts. Let's see if he settles in and does well, or if he just gets shelled for the rest of the game. By that point, you got to think take him out, but I don't think they will. So head to the bottom of the fourth. Simpson, Palacios, and Walls for the Rays in the bottom of the fourth. Nationals here have been road warriors, but here they're struggling a little bit in a road stadium in Tampa where the Rays have been really good at home. So we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. Looks like we're already into triple digits on the views. We did much better than we did yesterday, but that was a Red Wing stream, so I don't count that with the other Nat streams. So now Miles Mikolas will go out there for a second inning of work here as the Rays have a 1-0 lead on the Nationals as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. It'll be Chandler Simpson here in the bottom of the fourth. Looks like a lot of dads are here at the game. I think that was Abram's dad they interviewed earlier. Now it's a different dad here. I think that might be Mr. Mikolas. Okay. Wonder how he feels after that 3-run bomb. So Meatball here will now get ready to go in the wind. He's got his sign. He's ready to go here. Mikolas. Now they're going off camera on him. Into the wind. First pitch of Chandler Simpson. That's going to be a ball low with that fastball. It'll be 1-0 count. 93 miles an hour on that fastball. Mikolas hasn't used the fastball too much today. Now he goes into the wind. Here comes the 1-0. Simpson's going to take a curveball at the top part of the zone, called strike one, so that'll even up the count. Mikolas trying to work quickly here with some pace. And you know Chandler Simpson loves to work fast. Here's the 1-1, and Simpson swings and cracks this one out to center. Coming in is Young. Young is under it. Now Jacob Young makes the catch for out number 1. So retires Simpson quickly. That is the second time Chandler Simpson's been retired tonight. Simpson's just fast. He hits a lot of ground balls and he runs them out. Doesn't hit too many home runs. I don't think. He never really hit home runs in college either. He was just really there to steal bases. And here he is in the 6th hole of a major league team. So now to be Palacios here with 1 out. Meatball will get ready. He will now get ready to go into the wind. Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be swung on, hit well out to right field. Going back is Wood, onto the track. Wood can't make the catch as he leaps and can't make it. Now headed into second is Palacios. He'll be there with a double thrown into Nunez. They'll have to check on Wood out there. He took a hard tumble into the wall, then fired it in quickly. So now a 1-out double for Palacios here in the bottom of the 4th. The Rays have a runner in scoring position. Wood took a hard hit off the wall, though. They might want to check on him, make sure he's okay. Runner at second here with 1 out. Wood leaped into the wall trying to make a catch, but he was a little early on it, so he missed the ball anyway. Can't make the play. So now Miles Mikolas here will work with a runner on second for Walls, the shortstop in today's game. Meatball comes set. Here's the pitch to Walls. Meatball delivers. That's going to be outside. Ball 1. It's a 1-0 count. So 1-0 here with 1 out. I wonder if they did nickname jerseys again. What would nicknames be for the Nationals? Because they get to pick their names. We can't call them the names that we want to call them. Because it was Michaels. We're putting Meatball at theirs. This one slapped into center. That's a base hit. Young makes the play. Rounding third, headed for home is Palacios. Young's throw is cut off by Garcia. There will be no play. Palacios scores on the wall single to center field. So now it's the Rays 4 and the Nationals 2. They get another run on Miles Mikolas. It's his 4th earned run of his game. Walls drives that one out to center field. Didn't really hit it hard. Young came in, made a strong throw, but it was cut off by Luis Garcia Jr. Palacios seems to have good wheels there. So Taylor Wall's hit does go to center, and it drives in a run. So that'll bring up Fiducia now. Miles Mikolas comes set. Here's the pitch to Fiducia. He'll go over to first. Back in safely is Walls. That's the first disengagement by Mikolas. Fiducia drew a walk back in the 3rd inning. He's back up here in the 4th. Here comes the pitch to Fiducia, and he swings and slaps this one out to left field. Coming in is Lyle, and Lyle makes a nice running catch in fair territory for out number 2. De La now to cover a good amount of ground there for out number 2. Fiducia is retired, so that'll bring up the top of the order now. Flip it over to Yandy Diaz here with 2 outs and a runner at first. 2 outs here. That one was slapped out to left field. Lyle had to run in, make a nice catch, cover a lot of ground for out number 2. If Lyle's dad's here, he'll be proud. So now Miles Mikolas here will come set to face Yandy Diaz, the fellow righty. He comes set. First pitch to Diaz. Swinging a fly ball foul, and it'll be 0-1 on that sinker, and it's an 0-1 count. Meatball's now at 33 pitches here in the fourth, but he didn't work the first or the second, so I'd say that counts pretty high. If he was in his second inning of work at 33, that's not a good count. That is not a good count. As Meatball comes set, here comes the 0-1 to Diaz. He waits. Now here's the, or he'll go back over to first, back in safely, is Walls. That's still a first disengagement because it's for per batter, not per base runner. So be 0-1 here. Tropicana Field has plenty of fans here. The 0-1. Swinging a fly ball. Diaz got all this one. Going back is Lyle to the track at the wall. And Dalen Lyle makes the catch for out number 3. Lyle didn't need to jump or anything. Just had to stand in front of the fence and make that catch. But the Rays get another on the board. They get a 4th run on the board on 1 run on 2 hits and 1 man left on base. We will head to the top of the 5th. It is now the Rays 4, the Nationals 2. As we head to the top of the 5th inning, the Rays get another. CH Man says dropping in to say hello and drop a like. Let's go, CH. So we go. Top of the 5th we go. To be Nunez, Vivas, and Young for the Rays in the top of the 5th inning. Here we go, everybody. Remember, go vote C.J. Abrams and James Wood now. Go vote them for the All-Star Game starters 2026. Abrams, best shortstop in baseball right now, obviously, in my opinion. Maybe Bobby Witt's a little better over there on the AL side. But on the NL side, Abrams is your guy to go to. And vote Wood as well. Scan that QR code or go to MLB.com/vote, and you can vote for both of them. Come on, Ant, skew with them Devil Rays. Yep. We're losing by 2 right now, but the offense has yet to really get going. It'll be Nunez, Vivas, and Young in the top of the 5th for these Nats. But be sure, go scan the QR code or go to MLB.com/vote and vote Abrams and Wood right now. I'll have the infomercial play later for everybody so they can watch and learn why you need to vote Abrams and Wood. I gave more information during that, but really I just gave the same point, is that Wood and Abrams are 2 of the better players in the NL, and they need to be starting All-Stars in July. So go vote them now. You got to vote them. If you're a fan of other teams, you're helping out a small market team here. I mean, it's got to be fun for you. Scan the QR code or go to MLB.com/vote right now. That's not an official ad. That's an ad for the Nats, not for MLB in general. That is to go to MLB.com/vote. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to sign up, really. You just need to put in an email, put who your favorite team is, and then vote. And you vote it. So go to MLB.com/vote. It could not be easier. So top of the 5th we go. Nunez will step up to the plate. That's Nasim Nunez here. Griffin Jax now into his 5th inning of work. So here we go. Here's the pitch. Now, time's called here by Nunez. So a quick time. So to be no outs here in the top of the 5th. 227 average for Nunez. Still no bombs. He's chewing a piece of gum. I think he's been chewing the same piece of gum the entire game as Jack sets. Here's the pitch to Nunez. Nunez swings and hits this one out to center field, but Mullins is under it, and Cedric Mullins will make the catch for out number 1. So that's out number 1 quickly here for Griffin Jax. District, the subs are starting to finally go up on the streams. Let's go. Let's go. The subs are starting to come. Looks like they had to basically rebuild the stadium in Tropicana. They're showing the rebuild a little bit. They basically had to rebuild the roof. They built an entire new thing. Set is out number 1. The roof looks rebuilt. It looks real nice. So, gotta like the stadium at least. Maybe you're not a fan there. So, Vivas takes a sweeper that sweeps in the zone. It's an 0-1 count. Vivas up to the plate. Jorbit flew out back in the 2nd. Jorbit really can't play in the clutch, but when there's no one on base, he can get something going. He can hit a single or a double. Here's the pitch. Vivas swinging a miss to the pitch low in the zone, and it's an 0-2 count. That one was away. So it'd be 0-2. Let's go. 425 subs. We just gained another one. We are now 75 away, officially 75 away from 500 subs. So it'd be 0-2 here to Vivas. Jax comes set. It'd be 0-2, the pitch. Vivas swings and lines this one, caught by the second baseman, Palacios. He just has to range over a couple steps to make the catch for out number 2. Good play there by second baseman. Just kind of ranged over to make it. So that's out number 2. That'll bring up Jacob Young for the Nationals. Thanks for subscribing. Banker Brandon, let's go. Thank you, Banker Brandon, for hitting that subscribe button and helping out the channel. You are a subscriber 425. So now, looks like the top deck is completely empty here at Tropicana Field. The top deck, upper decks, completely empty, completely bare. No one is there. But the first two decks are pretty filled. This Jax here will start at the top of the fifth. He has the one righty in the lineup. The sole guy hitting from the right side right now is Jacob Young. So that right-handed box must feel good for Young. He's got full ownership of it. A lot of lefties in this game right now. Jax comes down to get his sign. He has got it. Here's the pitch. Young takes a pitch, a sweeper in there called strike one. I sub for good luck, man. I need the Nationals to pull through. Let's go. I would love the Nationals to pull through here. I am a big Nats fan, as you can tell by the gear, the City Connect jersey. Here comes the 0-1 to Young. Young swings and grounds this one. Third baseman bobbles it, but then he has it. That is Caminero over there at third in time to get Jacob Young for out number 3, and that will end the inning. Nationals go down 1-2-3 here in the top of the fifth once again. Griffin Jax is now retired 7 in a row after giving up a home run to Luis Garcia Jr. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth. It is the Rays 4, the Nationals 2, as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Thanks to everyone for tuning in already. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Follow in Banker Brandon's footsteps. He just subscribed for good luck. Maybe that's all you need to do. So head to the bottom of the fifth. Nationals had a couple home runs, but they really haven't gotten anything else going offensively for the boys. So maybe they can find a spark soon enough. Get something going, anything. Just get anything going for the boys. So we get going for the top of the sixth. Or excuse me, bottom of the fifth. I'm ahead of myself. Thanks to everyone for tuning in, though. If you not have already, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help out the channel just a little bit. Washington Nationals play-by-play. We also cover the Commanders. I also cover the Mavericks across the river over there in Texas. Well, really across no river, across the 13-some states, really. But I'm a Mavs fan, so that's the coverage I do during basketball season. Looks like the Nats are still winning in the poll. Let's go. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. We'll head bottom 5. It's going to be Aranda, DeLuca, and Caminero for the Rays. I got money on the Nationals. Oh, I always have money on the Nationals, and it's usually never real money. It's just money in my head. But I think the Nationals can pull through for you, buddy. Their offense can get going soon. Aranda here is 1 for 2, though, and he has a bomb. So let's see if Meatball can hold him down. ESPN puts the Rays a chance of winning at slightly over 80%. I think that's about to fall, Mr. C. I think those numbers are about to fall. So it looks like the Nationals, past few seasons, have reached the 40-win column in July. I mean, July 20th, July 2nd, July 21st. 1 year in August as that pitch is outside ball 1 from Michaelis. 2022, it took them until August 17th to hit 40 wins. And in June 29th in 2021, we're about to hit it the earliest we have ever since 2021. Wow. Or even really ever. The pitch from Michaelis. Curveball hit up the middle, but Abrams shades over there. He will now fire it over to first in time. The Nationals, especially Meatball, has retired Jonathan Aranda for out number 1. There you go. There you go. Just work slowly. So Butera is working hard. Butera is going to be one of the best managers of between Davey and Butera so far. Looks like Butera is winning that little competition he has. And Taboni's done well. With this little budget team, he's winning games. Johnny DeLuca, 264 average with a couple bombs. Coming set as Michaelis, where he goes out of the wind here. First pitch to DeLuca. Slider that seems to be called strike on the low and outside corner, but they get the call, and it's an 0-1 count. Nationals get the call that time, so it'll be 0-1. Here's the pitch from Michaelis, and that is going to be outside, ball 1 with a sinker that'll even up the count. So they're working the outside half to DeLuca here. Maybe they'll run inside just real quickly. Try to get him going there. Try to get the outside inside corner. So it'll be a 1-1. Michaelis into the line. Here's the pitch. So, foul off on a low and outside curveball. So really working the outside part of the plate here. All 3 pitches have been outside and breaking balls, so they don't want him to touch. So do you 1-2 here. Michaelis will go back into the wind here. Here comes the 1-2. That's low and out, ball 2 with a sweeper, so that'll even up the count to 2-2. Thanks to everyone for tuning in today. If you like the content, if you like the play-by-play, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel. We got a lot coming up, and there's big announcements coming up as well that I'm about to announce soon. This will be a 2-2 here. Michaelis into the wind. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and a 94-mile-an-hour sinker up in the zone. Miles Michaelis gets the first strikeout of the evening for him, and that is out number 2. So, Blake Butera, just talking a little bit, he started a lot of his time with Tampa Bay. He was drafted by the Rays, and then he became a coach for them at their low levels, moved through them, and then soon enough he got to the Rays level to be a field coordinator, senior director of player development, and then 2026 brought on to be the Nationals manager. So he's been managers of low levels for the Rays, as here's the pitch to Caminero is going to be in there, called strike 1. Mr. C asks, who do you think will pitch next? You know, we're into the 5th now. Maybe Meatball's done after 3. I think the best thing to do here would go to Brad Lord for a couple innings. Here comes the 0-1. Called strike 2 with a fastball in the low and outside corner at 95. It's an 0-2 count. If Michaelis can work a couple more innings scoreless, get us to the 6th or the 7th inning, go to Disney. I think going to Disney next might be right. Go to Orlando Revolta. But otherwise, go to Brad Lord. But at the same time, you got to ask, do you want to waste Lord on an outing like this? The 0-2. That's a slider in the dirt, ball 1. You know, we're trailing by 2 here. If there's shades of a comeback, if they can get it going here, sure, go do that. Go to Brad Lord. Go to someone like Brad Lord if we're starting a comeback. If we're not, if Michaelis gives up a few runs, go to someone else because it's not worth it to keep our best arm in the game just to lose. The 1-2, swing a ground ball, chopped to shortstop. Abrams makes the play, now fires to first in time to Garcia, who is off the bag, and he goes to tag Caminero, who runs out of the way of the tag. So that will end the inning. Abrams gets another chopper ground out. So on that play, Caminero ran down the line, and the Garcia caught it off the bag. The throw pulled him off the bag a little bit, and Caminero ran around him. He ran all the way around trying to get past Garcia. They don't do it there. Oh, man, I hope the Nats lose respectfully. I mean, if you're a Rays fan, I get it. So, if you're a Rays fan, I get it, man. Tell me why, though. Put it in the chat. If you have some reasoning, I'll listen to it. I mean, I'm happy to listen to the arguments. Tell me about the Rays team because I did some research, but it's not like I'm a Rays fan. So, I'd love to hear a Rays fan's opinion, something like that, if you want to talk about it. That is something I'm willing to listen to, and I'm assuming Mr. C would like to hear the arguments as well. Because I'm hoping the Nats win here. The Nats will have the top of the order coming up in the top of the 6th inning. It'll be Wood, Garcia Jr., and Tenna for the Nationals. It's now 8:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks to everyone who's hung out with us throughout the stream as we head to top of the 6th. Thanks for tuning in. Looks like Joey Weimer robbed a home run, or he made a nice catch in the corner for the Rochester Red Wings. Let's go ahead and check on the Rochester Red Wings. Gotta love the Red Wings. Looks like they're winning 6-2. Let's go. Let's go, Red Wings. They have a 6-2 lead, but as soon as we don't call them, they then start scoring. Looks like Brady House had a sac fly, then Lipscomb with a double. Then you got Seaver King with a bomb, a 3-run bomb for Seaver King, and then Andrew Pickney with a bomb. So a couple bombs for them down in Rochester. So we go to the top of the 6th inning. James Wood has been really good here, so be sure to go vote him. Go vote James Wood for starting All-Star. I think he is the best choice. He is my favorite guy. James Wood is the guy. Go vote him for MLB All-Star right now if you haven't already. You got to go vote one. One thing I can say about the Rays that I learned recently the hard way is their starting pitching is no joke. Well, we're lucky. We got Jax here. I mean, Jax really isn't their best arm probably. I think one of their better arms is probably their other starters, but Jack sometimes works out of the pen as well. So his last few outings, though, have been as a starter. So maybe that's just due to injury. Tomorrow, I believe we're going to get McClanahan. It has not been announced just yet. But now we're going to get a new arm out of the pen. Looks like we're going to... Is that Steven Matz out of the pen? That dude is one old dude. Is he pitching? Is that really Steven Matz out of the pen? That is Steven Matz out of the pen. 13 games, a 4-4 record with a 5.84 ERA. First pitch from Steven Matz to James Wood. Wood's going to take a fastball high and out, ball one. Or that's a sinker high and out, and it's ball one. So we'll get Griffin Jack's line finalized in just a moment. He ends up going 5 innings. Here's the pitch from Matz. Wood's going to take a curveball. Ooh, called strike 1 top of the zone. Didn't think that was in there. So now to be a 1-1. Here's the pitch from Matz to Wood, and Wood crushes this one. Foul to be a 1-2 count. Yes, Steven Matz is a lefty, so he works lefty mound here now. We'll see the righties start to pinch hit then. Matz, the former starter, played for the Mets. Matz, 3 hits given up by Jacks, 2 runs. Here's the pitch from Matz. Wood's going to take low and out. Or excuse me, that's 4 hits. 4 hits by Jacks, and then 2 runs. But it'll be a 2-2 here. Matz to Wood. Here's the pitch. Wood called strike 3. Steven Matz clips the low and outside part of the corner, and Wood is down for the 3rd time tonight. James Wood looks at that one. Strikeout number 1 for Matz here to start the top of the 6th. 4 hits given up by Jacks, 2 runs, both of them earned. He did not walk anybody, and he grabbed 5 strikeouts. Here comes the first pitch to Louie. Now Louie swings and hits this one. Shortstop diving play. It's off his glove into the outfield. Taylor Walls can't make the play, so Luis Garcia Jr. is on base. Louie now brings the tying run to the plate here in the top of the 6th. There you go, Louie. Anything helps. Luis Garcia Jr. with a 1-out knock there off the glove. Are they going to give him a hit? Looks like they are going to give him a hit to Walls. So Luis Garcia Jr. has his 2nd hit of the day. Wow, Matz is 35. Yes. Matz is one old dude still in the league. So Steven Matz still finds himself in the league. So now pitching coach will come out here, pay a visit to Steven Matz after that play. I don't know why. I mean, he got that. Should have been 2 outs. Looks like Dylan Cruz will now pinch hit. Dylan Cruz will get the pinch hit opportunity here in the 6th inning. So Dylan Cruz is going to pinch hit for the DH Tenna. DC3 will get his pinch hit opportunity here in the form of the tying running. One thing Cruz has been good at is hitting bombs. So maybe he's going to do what he's best at here. I mean, only 189 average, but 4 home runs over his 25 games with 14 RBIs. Splitting time between Cardinals and Red Sox. Wow. I remember he was with the Mets at one point, though. Matt's with the Mets, I believe. I mean, I think. I don't know if I'm sure about it. I'll check his line here with the stats here. Matt sets. Here comes the pitch to Dylan Cruz. Here's the pitch. Cruz takes a ball in the dirt, ball 1 at 79. Timeout here. Matz has been with the Mets. He was with the Mets from 2015 to 2020. Then he goes to Toronto for 1 year. And then St. Louis for 3. And then 2025, he splits time between St. Louis and Boston. Here comes the 1-0 here to Cruz. Cruz is going to take a changeup in there called strike 1. Wiki is saying that Matz has also pitched for the Mets, the Jays, the Cardinals, and the Red Sox. Dude gets around. Yes, he does. The dude does find his way. He's almost give him one more team, he's a journeyman. Give him one more team, and he's a journeyman. Here's the 1-1 to Cruz. Cruz swings and lines this one. Caught by the second baseman. Palacios was playing up the middle, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So that is 2 outs now. Looks like we got a couple messages in the chat. I'll check in a second, though. But a line out here by Cruz. He can't get it done there, so it's out number 2. And I'll bring up C.J. Abrams here with 2 outs. Let's go. Need these 2 scores. Yep, I could use it too. Let's go. People saying what's up to each other in the chat. So here we go. Garcia away from first here with 2 outs. Matt sets. He'll pitch to C.J. C.J. is going to take a sinker outside, ball 1. I mean, C.J. getting on isn't the worst thing. Now you bring up Ruiz, who's going to hit from the right side. But remember, go to MLB.com/vote. Go now if you haven't already. MLB.com/vote. I'll bring up a QR code in a second. Here's the 1-0. Abrams going to take a curveball in there called strike 1. That'll even up the count. So it's a 1-1 now. Nationals trying to fight back here in the top of the 6th. They have a pretty empty box score, just a couple home runs, and that's basically all they have. A couple other hits peppered through there. The 1-1 is low. Now Abrams is going to challenge it. They called it strike 2, but Abrams wants a challenge. So that was a 1-1 delivery. Looked low to me. We'll get the ABS challenge here, and it is low for a ball, and it's a 2-1 count. So Abrams is successful with that ABS challenge. That one was off by 0.8 inches, so Abrams is correct this time. So it'll be a 1-1 count. So Matz He comes set. It'll now be a 2-0 here to Abrams. Here's the pitch. Abrams swings and grounds this one. First baseman makes the play and steps on the bag. That's out number 3, and that will end the inning. So a 3 unassisted ends the inning. 1 hit in the inning, 1 man left on base. That will end it. It is still the Rays 4, Nationals 2 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Rays still have a 2-run lead. 426 subs. Let's go. Yep, they're my dark horse too, but I'm a Nats fan, so I say they're my dark horse every year. I will say that. I predict every year, but it's different this year. I actually believe my very, very wrong thoughts this year. Everyone else says, oh, he's wrong. I believe my own thoughts this year. Definitely cannot sleep on the Nats. Yep, you cannot. Chase Taylor's here. What's up, Chase? He's got that Boston logo there. Let's go, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Looks like we got a few people, and we're at 426 subscribers. We need 2 more to hit the goal for tonight at 428. Let's go. I mean, 4 times 7 is 28, so you got to hit the multiple there. Bottom of the 6th we go. Will Meatball stay out there for a 4th inning of work? We will see, or will they go to someone else as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning? Rays hold a slim 4-2 lead. Let's go. Thanks to everyone for tuning in today.
Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
Bottom of the 6th. Here we go. I did the Nats play the Phillies this week as well. 4-game series against the Phillies. Bottom of the 6th we go. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. Nationals are 3 games over 5. If they win tonight, they can get to the 40-win club finally. Getting to the 40-win club would be really, really nice for them. All right, I said that I would put it up, so there you go. Go to MLB.com/vote or scan the QR code right now. You can go to MLB.com/vote and please vote right now. Vote Wood and Abrams right now. Abrams is a shortstop. Wood is an outfielder. Vote 5 times a day. That's with 1 email. You can vote with 1 email 5 times a day. Vote 5 times every single day. Vote the boys. They punched the Braves in the mouth, too. Oh, yeah, the Nationals got to the Braves, too. So we head to the 6th. Meatball will stay out here. First pitch to Cedric Mullins. Curveball way upstairs. Ball 1 with a 76-mile-an-hour slow curveball there. It's a 1-0 count. Michaelis will now go into the wind. Here comes the 1-0. That is called. Strike 1. Sinker at the top part of the zone. That'll even up the count. Thanks for the great play-by-play. Really enjoy listening. Thank you so much for those nice words, Mr. C. Bullpen hung on that Braves series. Impressive. Oh, yeah, we did. Here comes the 1-1 from Michaelis. Swinging a line drive out to left field. That's going to be a base hit in front of Dalen Lyle. So now Cedric Mullins has his first hit of the game. Meatball gives up yet another hit. That's a 6th hit they've had off of Meatball. What team in the MLB you think the Nats are most like? That is hovering around 500, young team in rebuild mode. Ooh, comparison. Okay. I mean, the Rays are too good to compare the Nationals to. I like the young core, though. You got the guys like the Rays, like Simpson, who's up right now. Chandler Simpson up to the plate. Doesn't produce with home runs, but he produces offensively. First pitch of Michael is Simpson will show bunt, and that one is going to be called strike 1 on the low and out corner. It's an 0-1 count. Let's think here. Let's go to the teams who are hovering around 5, younger teams. I mean, the Cubs are much older. Here's an 0-1. Looks like the third baseman, Vivas, is very charged in here, but Chandler might get a base hit out of this anyway. Here's the 0-1. Chandler Simpson will show bunt. He gets it down. Vivas is going to have a play. Throws to first. Not in time. Vivas gets a base hit bunt. Or excuse me, that's Chandler Simpson. Has a bunt base hit once again. Arguably the fastest man alive right now. Former sprinter. And there you go. I think a team I could compare us to. Let's go the White Sox. 39 and 34. You got a star on the team in Murakami, one big power threat, an underrated guy. I mean, you got that on the White Sox as well in Kevin McGonigal and Riley Green. You got secret power sources, and now we got a meeting here out to the infield. Is this going to be a pitching change or just Simon Matthews here? So Meatball here will talk to his infield. Looks like it's just the infield. No coaches coming out. I think Michaelis is my age or older. I would compare us to the White Sox. That is my closest comparison. Few games over 5. You got Murakami, who's kind of like James Wood. I mean, 2 guys who hit a lot of home runs. They don't have the best averages per se. But to compare us to a team, Mr. C, I would say the White Sox. I think that's a good comparison. us to the White Sox. I mean, we are not like the A's. I mean, they're a game under 5. That's the one thing. I was thinking over 5. So now, no outs. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high ball 1. But I'd like to hear your argument, Chase. I'd like to hear your argument. What is the rationale? Because Murakami, I think, is all like Wood. And I think a lot of other guys on that team are like us. Pitching's not great on the White Sox. Their offense produces a lot more. I want to hear your argument because they do have Kurtz, and he seems a lot like Wood. So I want to hear your story, your side of it. So now infield's in here with infield, at least first and third are charged in. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be in there. Called strike 1 with a curveball. That'll even up the count, so it's a 1-1 count. The Popes team. The Popes team, yes. The Popes team. So it'll be 1-1 here. Didn't the A's fall? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. The A's fell off recently. Here comes the 1-1 here to Palacios. That's going to be high and out ball 2 with a sinker, and it'll be a 2-1 count. That's what I'm talking about there, is that the A's have fallen off just a little bit, and I think that's a reason. This will be 2-1 here with no outs. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in today. Looks like we got a good amount of people in the polls, but I'd like to hear your opinion. Yeah, but let's go. Meatball can get out of it. The 2-1 is slapped foul. It'll be 2-2. Meatball can get out of it. That's the one thing. The White Sox. Yeah, the White Sox. Sam, I agree with you. Sam knows. Sam knows. The White Sox. I think the White Sox is the team most like us, if I had to compare. Yeah, I really like the White Sox comparison. I gave it 2. So it'll be 2-2 here. Here's the pitch. Low and out ball, or that's high and out ball through the 75-mile-an-hour curveball. I gave the reasoning for the White Sox comparison. I like the Murakami-Wood comparison, and then just the offense compared to the Nationals offense. The offense is really good, and the pitching is not really there. Eric Fetty's on that team, so it's got to mean something. Here comes the 3-2 from Michaelis. The pitch is swung on, grounded foul, and we'll do 3-2 again. District Mason made a good argument. I am sold on that. Yeah, I like the White Sox like that. I like comparing the White Sox to the Nats. I mean, a few games over 5. I mean, Chase, you could make a kind of argument for the A's, but the thing is they're falling off. That's the one thing. Looks like Michael Johns is going to the phone here with a replay review, but it'd be a 3-2, or that's just the bullpen phone. So it'd be a 3-2 here. Michaelis, the pitch, swinging a fly ball. Foul, and we'll do 3-2 again. So Palacios working an AB here off of Meatball. I would agree with you that the White Sox, now that you guys explain it, yeah, I think me kind of explaining it helped a little bit. But thanks for providing another argument. I liked hearing another argument, another side of it. And thank you, Mr. C, for bringing the question that made us all actually start thinking about it. So it'll be a 3-2 here. Michaelis comes set. I like that infield meeting we just had, though. Here's the 3-2. Swinging a fly ball. This one is going to be in foul ground, get out of play again. So we'll do 3-2 again. I liked that question made us all start putting in answers. So to be 3-2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Yeah, the A's are second in the AL West, and they're 37-38. That's the one reason, is that they're under 500. The Nationals are over 500. That is my one argument against that, and that's my only point. I think they are decently similar. The 3-2, swung on, slapped out to center. Young is under it, though. Young will stay right there. Jacob Young will make the catch. Headed up to third is going to be Mullins. The throw's into second, though, to hold Simpson from going anywhere. So that is out number 1. So Palacios flies out to center field, but that moves Mullins up to third. Does not move Simpson a lot, though. But now Simpson has an open bag to swipe. District, I was actually referring to Mr. C saying the Popes team. Oh, yeah. I love that people know him as Mr. C. Here's an open-ended question as well, DN. If you're the Nats GM, any specific targets in mind for the deadline? I think every Nats fan in here will agree with me. I don't care what name he is. I don't care what level he's at. I mean, triple or higher, but give me a bullpen arm. As Michaelis comes set, it'll be Taylor Walls here with 1 out. Here is the pitch to Walls. He's going to show bunt. He takes it. The throw over to third is in time to get Mullins for out number 2. Keibert Ruiz back pick. Cedric Mullins for out number 2. Did he get him? That's out number 2. Mullins is out. Yes. Ruiz, there's a pitch out there, and instead of going to second, Ruiz goes to third, and Vivas is able to tag out Mullins. He showed bunt first, and then Ruiz fires it to third in time for out number 2. So it looks like manager's on field here. He's arguing obstruction here. Yes, a non-rubber arm. What's the crowd in Tampa look like today? I think it's pretty big. Only in the first two sections, though. The upper deck is not filled at all. So the pitch out there, and then they fire it back. Looks like Vivas didn't give him the bag, I think, but he would have had him anyway. So I think that's the argument here, is that Vivas would have had him anyway, even if he had the bag. Wow. Yep. Got him. Yep. So I think they want a challenge here, but I don't think they're going to get it. Manager's still arguing here. Third base umpire is Lance Barksdale, the crew chief in today's game. So that is out number 2. So manager runs off with his man Mullins, and that's out number 2. Moving up to second is Simpson. I think that's going to be on a DI, though. So 2 outs, runner at second. Chapman. That is one guy. I don't want to give up single-A guys, though. We're not giving up prospects here. I know we're not going to do that. Taboni is not going to give up prospects. He wants prospects, but he also... If I'm the GM, I don't want to give up prospects. Our future is so bright. I bet you'd be willing to take Vivas. Here comes the 1-0. This is going to be a curveball in there called strike 1. I think Mr. C and the Nats fans will agree with me on this. Whatever I can get for Jordan Vivas or Jose Tena or Andres Chaparro, I'll go. Whatever I can get for those 3, I'll give you. I will give you those 3, and you got to give me something in return. This will be a 1-1 here. Michaelis' pitch. This is going to be swung on and missed on a changeup low part of the zone. Scoop, says Rays fans here. Honestly, no joke. All right, thanks for tuning in, Scoop. I'm not happy with Hunter Stratton. All right. This would be a 1-2 here with 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Walls. That's low ball 2 in the dirt. So I'm assuming they gave Simpson a DI, though, getting to second because we threw it down to third instead of trying to get him at the bag. So it looks like they're going to give him a DI. So he does get a defensive indifference. I don't think the Phillies are going to be wanting to trade Alvarado. Here's the 2-2, 2 outs. Michaelis' pitch is fouled off, so we'll do 2-2 again. He fouls that one third base side. We'll do 2-2 again. I don't know how much the Phillies are going to want to change. I think he's still on the Phillies, I believe, if that's what you're talking about. Not too updated on the Phillies as well. I mean, I'm thinking the Nationals are willing to give away Vivas, Chaparro, or Teta. I think those are the only 3 guys on the table. I think maybe Tres Barrera's on the table too. Maybe Joey Dominican Republic. Here comes the 2-2, swinging a foul again. You got speed over there at second, though, so this has to be a good play there. So to be 3-2. Simpson for Wood. Simpson for Wood. I think we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to pass on that, Scoob. I'm gonna have to pass on that, man. I don't know how much I want that. I do not want that. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a fly ball, hit well out to right field, but James Wood is under it, and James Wood will make the catch for out number 3. So that will end the inning. The Nationals get out of it there. That is out number 3, inning over, 2 hits on the inning. 1 man left on base. We'll head to the 7th. The Nationals hold them scoreless once again. That's 2 innings scoreless in a row. The Nationals hold the Rays. We will head to the 7th. It is still the Rays 4, Nationals 2. I wouldn't say he is untouchable. I wouldn't say he's untouchable. That's not an opinion. James Wood is not going anywhere. The only thing James Wood's hand is going is onto a paper that says 8 years, $200 million. And it's going to have the Nationals logo at the top, and it's going to say 8-year, $200 million, and James Wood is going to sign his name at the bottom. That's all I want James Wood doing. James Wood deserves the biggest contract ever. He needs a bigger than Soto contract for what he's going to do. I'll tell you who I wouldn't, Ryan Helsey from Baltimore. I do not want Helsey. Helsey is not going to be good. Yep, I'm not going to take that. I think Deanne is right. Either just buy someone or trade Meter House for an okay arm, but for God's sake, don't get rid of the core like Wood or Abrams. Yep, Abrams now has 15 home runs, so he's on pace for probably 30 or more. He's doing well. He's productive over at short. He hasn't made too many errors, and he's getting better each year. His numbers keep going up. He was barely 2020 one year. He's going to crush those numbers this year. If he stole more bases, if he tried to steal more bases, he would get 2020. He'd get 30-30. Yeah, if we can get something for Meade, maybe House. I don't know how much I want to give up House. I feel like House with a little work could be good in a year, but Meade, maybe Tena, because Tena is another lefty, or Vivas. Get rid of Vivas or Tena. Do not get rid of Vivas and Tena. The thing is, that opens up a spot. So that's 1 or 2 spots opening up. One of them is going to be filled in by the righty or the lefty, whichever arm we get. As we head to the top of the 7th, it'll be Ruiz, Lyle, and Nunez. But as well, at the same time, you also got to look at arms like just random arms. Who's going to take that 25th spot? Because chances are we're giving up 2 for 1 here. 2 for 1 deal here. Vivas and Mead maybe, or Vivas and House for, let's say, let's just say somehow that was enough for Alvarado, just as a sample. It's probably going to be 2 for 1. And the Nationals are going to give up 2 players that the Phillies or let's say the Dodgers or the Cubs are going to want to develop. Matz is going to be out here for a second inning. First pitch to Ruiz, he fouls off that sinker upstairs. It's an 0-1 count. So Matz is out there for a second inning of work. Ruiz, 285, 6 home runs, 29 RBIs. Yeah, we offered Soto a lot of money. Gave back-to-back pitchers on homers on Seattle his first 2 pitches in the 9th 2 days ago. Vivas is a good choice, too. Here's the 0-1. Ruiz going to take outside. I'm assuming you meant Vivas because Vivas, we don't really need that much. Vivas or Tenna, either one. Vivas and or Tenna. I don't think you want to trade both of them, though. Here's the 1-1 to Ruiz. Ruiz going to take a curveball, low part. It'll be a 2-1 count. Does not get the call that time. So it'll be a 2-1 count now. Ruiz from the right side here. He has some pop from the right side as well. He probably just doesn't get as many hacks from there. The 2-1. Ruiz swings and lines this one down the left field line, but that is foul out of play. So do 2-2. I never really answered this. I got to this question. The crowd in the upper deck is unknown. There's no one in the upper decks, but the lower decks are pretty crowded. Here comes the 2-2 to Ruiz. Ruiz swings and chops this one. Third baseman's going to grab it. He'll fire to first, and that throw is in time. That was a little high, but Aranda stays on the bag for out number 1. So that's out number 1, and that'll bring up Dalen Lyle here. He's 0 for 2. Yep, my typing is poor and full of bad spelling. Oh, that's completely fine. I knew by the spelling who you meant and the context, so I knew you meant Vivas. And giving up Vivas is not going to be the worst thing. I think we should give him up. Get an arm for him. I know there's going to be some team out there who probably wants Vivas. Here's the pitch to Dalen. Lyle takes one high. Matz is our meatball. Oh, so Matz is your meatball, then okay. Then come on, boys. Let's get to this new meatball. Here comes the 1-0 here to Lyle. Lyle swings and fouls this one off, and it'll be a 1-1. That's sad for the Rays. Aren't they getting a new stadium in 2029? I think so. If you're going to say that, I'm going to believe you here. So that'd be sad. I mean, this is a decent stadium here. It's a nice dome. Here comes the 1-1. Here's the pitch to Lyle. Lyle swings and grounds this one foul, first base side, and it'll be a 1-2 count. It's amazing how poorly MLB teams are treated in Florida. Once in a while, there's a fan interest, but the main, no. Yeah, that makes sense, dude. You know, MLB teams also are treated in Florida. Everyone is there for February and March for every team but the Florida teams. Here's the 1-2. Lyle takes a sinker upstairs. That'll even up the count to 2-2. Lately, for sure. Yeah. So it'll be 2-2 here with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Lyle's going to take a changeup low ball 3. Nunez is on deck. Smoonez finds himself 1 for 2 on the day, but Lyle here is 0 for 2. Come on, Lyle. Let's get something going here. Let's go, Lyle. Should be a 3-2 here. Matz into the wind. The pitch to Lyle. Lyle fouls this one off. Let's go. Come on, Lyle.
Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
Should be 3-2 here with 1 out in the top of the 7th. New stadium is still up in the air. Oh, okay. Thank you, Scoop, for that information. The 3-2. Lyle swings and chops this one right back to Matz. He'll jog over and flip it up to his first baseman, Aranda, for out number 2. These Nationals really can't get any offense going. That's another few retired after Garcia got that hit. That was the first hit they had since the 3rd inning. And they're 1 hit over 4 innings now. There again, Florida gets all the East Coast spring ball, which would be pretty cool if one lived near it. Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome. Living near that during February and March. Those games I hear are cheap, but now manager's going to go to the pen, so Steven Matt's day is over. After 1 2/3 of work, we're going to get a new arm. Legumina will come in. That's Legumina. Legumina, our lefty, will come out of the pen now. He'll come in here in the 7th. After Matt works 1 2/3, he gets a strikeout too. No walks and a hit, no runs. But he does get a K. So his final line is 1 2/3, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and a strikeout. So that is another lefty out of the pen. Now it's saying it's Kevin Kelly. Okay. So it might be Kevin Kelly here. I think it's going to be Kelly. This is going to be a righty out of the pen. I'm confused now. TV said one thing, MLB says another, but I'm going to trust MLB on this one. So Kelly's coming into the game. Kevin Kelly, a righty out of the pen. Kevin Kelly, his stats. He has a 4-3 record with a 2.70 ERA over 33.1 innings. Yeah, it'd be really cool to live near spring training. It'd be really cool for a Nats fan to live in West Palm Beach because that'd be really cool. You can watch the games during the season, and then you can just go meet players for free. Go to those practices, get autographs, get different players every day. That'd be awesome. That's something on my bucket list, hitting spring training for maybe a few days. Getting to meet some players, maybe go to a game. That'd be really cool. Get some cheap tickets. That'd be really awesome going to one of those games. And I'd have to wear this jersey. Probably try to get James Wood to sign it if he were there. That'd be really cool. So it's like MLB's calling this Dad's Weekend. Instead of Father's Day weekend, they're calling it Dad's Weekend. So happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Thanks for everything you do. So we go. Nationals trying to get one on the board, maybe two. Get something going here. Smoonez will hit for the Nationals here in the bottom of the 7th. Let's go. Got a lot of dads and family in the stands, though. I think a lot of these may be the actual players' kids. So that's why a lot of them are younger. Maybe Meatball's entire family's out there, plus his grandkids. He does not have grandkids. But you know what? If one guy had grandkids on the team, it'd be him. Kelly's first pitch to Nunez is in there, called strike one. This will be Kevin Kelly, 31 games, a 4-3 record, 14 holds with a 2.70 ERA. He comes set. Here comes the 0-1. Is going to be swung on, chopped to the second baseman who's playing up the middle. He makes a nice play. That's the shortstop, Walls, who makes a nice play. Walls makes a running play on that one, and that will end the inning. So that's how the 7th goes, 1-2-3. Kelly and Matz put it together, and that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base. Excuse me. There you go. We're headed to the 7th inning stretch. Stand up, stretch a little bit. Smoonez. I grew up in Tampa Bay area and was an hour away from Phillies, Yankees, and Blue Jays, Rays. It was great going up there. Oh, that is awesome, Scoop. So we go. We're going to take a quick break right here. Watch this infomercial, and be sure to scan the QR code or go to MLB.com/vote and vote Emerson Wood. We'll be back in just a moment. Hey, everybody. District Nation here. I hope you're all doing well. We need to help out our friend James Wood. James Wood is 7th in all-star voting right now. Please help out James Wood. He, objectively and subjectively, is one of the best outfielders in the league. And there's only one way to help right now of our friend. We need to go scan that QR code and vote James Wood for All-Star Game starter right now. It is the right thing to do. It is the right choice to make. And it's easy. It's free. All you need is an email. And that's all you need. Vote CJ Abrams as well. Abrams is in first in the All-Star Game polls right now. Be sure to vote C.J. Abrams and James Wood for All-Star starter for the 2026 All-Star Game. Go vote right now. Scan that QR code. Vote as many times as you can. It's 5 times a day. Vote all 5 times right now and help out our friends on the Nationals, C.J. Abrams and James Wood, because they need your help to become All-Star starters for this season and cement themselves as some of the best players in the league. Hey everybody, District Nation here. I hope you're all doing well. We need to help out our friend James Wood. James Wood is 7th in all-star voting right now. Please help out James Wood. He, objectively and subjectively, is one of the best. There we go, everybody. Thanks for tuning into that infomercial. Wow, we went. So now to be Meatball Michael is here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch is going to be swung on and fouled off by Fiducia, who's 0 for 1 with a walk, a run, and a flyout. Do you think today's scratch pitcher might get to the 3rd game in this series? It depends on how sick he is. Yeah, depends on how sick. I think they said it was food poisoning, so he could be out for a couple days here. Here comes the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball foul again on that curveball, and it's an 0-2 count. Good thing Miles Michaelis has given us a few good innings here after those first couple shaky innings. Given us some decent innings here, but I think realistically they're just going to continue with the rotation and let it get back to him if he's back. Here comes the 0-2, and that's low ball 1. If he stays sick, until his next. I hope Cavalli doesn't stay sick, but if he somehow stays sick until his time to his next start, I think they would end up starting Brad Lord. Let's go. We just hit 427 subscribers. Let's go. Michaelis, here's the 1-2, swinging a fly ball out to left, ranging over as Lyle towards the line. Lyle's under it now, and he makes the catch for out number 1, just a few steps in front of the warning track, and Fiducia is set down for the second time in a row on a fly out to left. So that's out number 1 here at the bottom of the 7th. Nationals trying to get something going. Jay Wood will be getting my vote. Great year, amazing future. Yes, let's go, Scoob. Thank you. Go vote him. MLB.com/vote. It feels like Michaelis is this year's Corbin. Dude, you have to chew up innings. Sorry. Yep, that Mr. C, perfect opinion. Michaelis into the line. First pitch to Diaz. Curveball slapped up the middle. Abrams cannot make the play, and that's in the center field for a base hit. So Yandy Diaz has his second hit of the day. So there's a runner on base. Yeah, I think he is going to be this year's Corbin. Just eat innings. Give us 5-6 innings every night, and we'll be completely fine. And we're completely fine with it. That's all we need. Will is here. Will R. Hodus, 2306. How has James Wood not at least gotten a base hit tonight? Yeah, believe me, man, I have him in fantasy on a couple teams. I'm just as upset as you are. So Michaelis sets. First pitch to Aranda. Aranda swings and fouls this one off, and it's an 0-1 count. So be 0-1 here. 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and the new subscribers we've gained as well. Thank you so much to everybody. So we 0-1 here with 1 out. In the bottom of the 7th, Michaelis sets. Ruiz set up inside. Here's the 0-1. It is inside, and Aranda chops this one. Nunez goes to second with it. Now Abrams will go to first. In time for the double play. 4 + 6 + 3 = 2. And now we're in the 7th. We might get a replay review here. Are we? Looks like we will get a review here. So Nunez goes to second. He was playing more towards first and then fired it over to second. I think we're either going to get stands or confirmed here. I can't tell which one, though, looking at some angles here. I think we're going to end up getting stands. But I think they're going to ad breaks, so I'm assuming, is this play being challenged? Or is that the end of the inning? So I think that was a double play. That'll end the inning. Yes. There you go. 4 + 6 + 3 = 2. Nunez to Abrams to first for a 4-6-3 double play. That'll end the inning. 1 hit in the inning. No runners left on base. We're through 7 scoreless here. Another 3 innings scoreless in a row by Michaelis. We are not scoreless for the game. I apologize. The Rays have a 4-2 lead. As we head to the 8th, it'll be Vivas, Young, and Wood for the Nationals in the top of the 8th inning. Let's go. Let's get some runs here. Let's get some runs. Let's go.
Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
Let's go, everybody. I mean, they had some home runs early on. Let's see if we can find that power again. And will they stick with Kelly here to face Vivas, Young, and Wood in the 8th? Will they stick with them? See if the boys stick with it. As we head to the top of the 8th. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel just a little bit. Yandy gets hits, does not matter the pitcher, says Scoob. Good line, 4 + 6 + 3 = 2. Yes, thank you, Mr. C. That's been said for a little while. I think that started this season. Need James to have 1 big inning. I have him over 1.5 hits /runs /RBIs. All right. I think he should be able to do that. I think he should be able to give you one. Just stopping in to drop a like. Enjoy your stream, says Chris. Thanks for tuning in, Chris. Thank you so much. Thanks for hanging out. You lost, no biggie. Nope. Nah, James Wood is good. Let's say that. Wood is good. So Kelly here will now face Vivas. You know, if you really want to just not do anything, here's the first person, Kelly to Vivas, and he fouls us off. If you really want to make your season go to the dumps, just take it to Vivas, to your fantasy team. If your season's already in the dumps, let Vivas give you just negative points every day. He's over 2 on the day. He actually is at 0 points right now because he's flew out and lined out. In normal leagues, those don't mean negative points. So we 0-1 here. Vivas facing Kelly, who's back out there. It is when every other pick has hit. Yeah, every other pick has hit. Here's the 0-1 to Vivas. Vivas swinging a miss. A changeup, and it's 0-2. Well, good thing your other picks hit. I'm not really into sports betting, but I like looking at the odds. Like, if I could place no money on it and just place odds, that's fun. But even 0-2 here. Here's the pitch to Vivas. High ball one with a fastball, and it's a 1-2 count. Here in the top of the 8th, Nationals trying to get something going offensively. Try to at least tie it up here. Looks like there's Garrett Clevenger in the bullpen for the Rays. A lefty arm is warming up, so that's a lefty getting warm. Here's the 1-2. Vivas takes a change up in the dirt. Evens up the count to 2-2. This would be 2-2 here. Wondering, should we be afraid of Clevenger? Let's check the numbers. This would be 2-2 here. Kelly sets. Here comes the 2-2. Swinging a line drive, left field, that's a base hit in front of the left fielder Simpson. Jorbit Vivas delivers with a base hit here to start the top of the 8th. Vivas puts himself at first here with no outs. So that'll bring up that'll bring up Jacob Young now. So JY is up. Getting Wood up here would be really nice in this situation. Looks like Clevenger, though, who's warming up, has a 5.19 ERA over 20 games with a 1-2 record. Put him in, please. But he's a lefty, so then we'd have to start putting in the righties. Kelly sets. First pitch to JY. JY takes a sinker in there, called strike one. It's an 0-1 count. So it'd be 0-1 here to Young, who's hitting .232, 8 home runs, 28 ribbies, with a 6.73 OPS. I mean, that home run count's pretty nice. Here comes the 0-1 to JY. Here comes the pitch. Young takes a sinker up there, called strike two, and it's an 0-2 count. Should be 0-2 here in the top of the 8th. Kelly now at 9 pitches. Vivas stands over there at first. Please, let's get some runs. Seems like it's our last chance right here. Yeah, the 9th is always hard to get runs, but let's see if the Nats can do it. They got a runner at first here and an 0-2 count to Young. Kelly comes set. It'd be an 0-2 here. Vivas with a good lead out there. Here's the pitch to JY. JY swings and grounds this one to third. He fields it. Goes to first. Off the bag. The ball goes off of the glove. Aranda can't make the play. Young is going back to the plate. Aranda tags him. But now, with that error, there's runners at first and second. Okay, dumb question. When the Nats are the visiting team, do they play their walk-up songs? They do not. They do not, Mr. C. I understand your confusion, though. So, Aranda went to sweep the tag because the throw by Caminero looked like it pulled him off the bag a little bit. He tried to sweep the tag, and he lost the ball. So that should be an E3 here, and that's going to trigger the manager here to go to Clevenger. So JY gets on. That'll bring in Garrett Clevenger into the game. But he reaches on a catch error by Jonathan Aranda. So they're giving it 2 errors. Is that 2 errors if it's... Oh, wow. I've never seen that. But E3. So it's E3. He reaches on E3. The little mistakes here. So now that brings up James Wood here with no outs in the top of the 8th with a chance to at least drive in some runs. But that will bring a new pitcher. It'll go to Garrett Clevenger now. So Clevenger will come into the game now for the Rays. We dug into his numbers a little bit already, but he's a lefty. That's the one thing. So Kelly ends up working... So he finishes a third of an inning, and that's it. He works into the 8th, but he can't get any outs. And the script is set for a Wood Oppo Taco. Yes, the script is set. CH Man says, come on, Nats. Banker Brandon says, Nats 5-4 for the win. Let's go. We can do it. 5.19 ERA for Clevenger over 20 games, though. And lately he has a 7.50 over 7 games with a save over 6 innings. 1 hit given up by Kelly. We don't know his run total just yet. No walks, no strikeouts. Let's see if Wood can do it off a lefty, though. It's been hard for him to face lefties lately. He's been slumping a little bit, but let's see if he can do it. So it's a lefty out of the pen in Clevenger. The really big thing is the fact that they're going to a lefty. Runners on first and second. So Young really hustled down the line on that ground ball. And when Aranda went to sweep the tag, he missed the ball. So his ball fell out of his glove. So Young is back on first. Runners on first and second with no outs. So now to be James Wood here. Clevenger sets. Here's the pitch to James Wood. Wood swinging a miss on a sweeper low outside, and it's an 0-1 count. So it's 0-1 here with no outs in the top of the 8th, and James Wood to the plate. If they get to Garcia, it's time to pinch hit Curtis Mead then. Here comes the 0-1 to James Wood. Here's the pitch. Wood's going to take a sinker inside, ball one. Wood's so adept at drawing walks, too. So I'm not mad if he does that here. But the 5.19 ERA, that's why I'm not too concerned here. But at the same time, he does have a save over his last 7. So to be a 1-1 here. He's a vet. He's been in the league for a little while. The pitch to Wood. Wood swings and just pops this one out to pretty well out to center. Out there's the center fielder Mullins. He's going to make the catch. Vivas will head up to third. The throw is going to be into second. Young stays at first. But now there's a runner at third now with 1 out. So James Wood does move a runner on the play, but he doesn't get it out of here. So the Apotaco doesn't get out of here, and he goes out to center instead of left. Wood can't just get it out of here, but now that's set up for Louie to try to get something done here. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Are they going to stick with Louie here? Yep, pinch hitting for your Washington Nationals is going to be Curtis Mead here. Mead will pinch hit to bring a righty to the plate to face Clevenger, the lefty. Curtis Mead here will come up to the plate. This season, .233 average with 11 bombs. Pitching coach will come out here, talk to Clevenger, talk about this one here, make sure he's okay. But here you go, top of the 8th, Nationals trying to get on the board. Anything could help here. Mead came up clutch on Tuesday. Can he do it again here for this Friday evening game? He likes the bright lights. Let's see if the lights are bright enough for him tonight. He loves playing under the lights. So it will be 1 out here. Clevenger facing Curtis Mead now. Clevenger looks for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. Here's the first pitch to Curtis Mead. Here's the pitch. Mead's going to take a slider inside, ball 1, and it's a 1-0 count. So that's inside to Mead. Clevenger now 4 pitches. Here we go, everybody. Let's go, Nats. Let's go, Nats. 1-0 with 1 out. Clevenger sets. Here's the 1-0 coming to Mead. He waits. Now the pitch. Mead's going to take a slider in there, called strike 1. 89 miles an hour with that slider, so that'll even up the count. Clevenger here, facing Mead in the top of the 8th. 1 out, runners on first and third. Clevenger comes set. Bends a little bit, now he's set at his chest. Here comes the 1-1 to Curtis Mead. He'll go over to first. Back in safely is Young, so that's the first disengagement. But now you've used one on Young, why not go? I feel like Young should be gone here. Try to get another runner into scoring position. On deck is Dylan Cruz, who pinch hit in the 6th. Let's see if he has a little fireworks left in him. But he had 1-1 here from Clevenger to Mead. Here's the pitch. Mead swings and fouls this one off, and it'll be 1-2. I hope Mead rips a clean double down the line. Well, that is not what I'm hoping for here. I'd like that, but there's something else I'm hoping for here that Mead did do on Tuesday. I'm signing out. Enjoy your call and commentary. I enjoyed your call and commentary. I will continue through the series and look forward to it. Thank you, Scoob, for coming in. Thank you so much. Here's the pitch, and Mead takes the slider outside. So it'll be 2-2 here with 1 out. Mead facing Clevenger. He sets. It'll be a 2-2 here from Clevenger to Mead. He waits. Now here comes the pitch to Mead. He'll go back over to first. Young's on the move to second. The throw in time for the out. Jacob Young is picked off, headed to second. That is not what the Nationals needed. 1-3-6 on the play. And now there's 2 outs and a runner at third. So Young is out trying to get to second. That is not what they need. Young was on the move, and Aranda could just fire it over to second, and he's out on the play. So Young is caught trying to move up to second, and that's out number 2. So now the best thing Mead can do here is tie it with 2 outs. Here's the 2-2. The pitch to Clevenger from Clevenger, and Mead fouls this one back. We'll do 2-2 again. Wow. Now that was not good. I don't think we should have done that. I don't think Young should have been on the move because Clevenger easily picked him off. I forgot he was a lefty. So it'll be a 2-2 here with 2 outs now. Clevenger sets. He waits, clock winding down. Here comes the 2-2 to Mead. Mead swings and just dribbles this one down the first base line. Coming off the mound is Clevenger. He flips it up to first in time for the out, and that will end the inning. So that retires the side. 1 hit in the inning, an error, and 2 men left on base. So that will end the inning. They get one hit in the inning, an error. That just can't do it. So the Nationals cannot get anything done there. No runners, or one man left on base. In scoring position, tying run left to the plate. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. It is still the Rays 4, Nationals 2 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Later, Scoob. All right. Thanks to Scoob for hanging out with us today. That was not what the Nationals wanted there. As we head to the bottom of the 8th, it'll be DeLuca, Caminero, and Mullins, the heart of this order. Who will get them, though? Who's going to come into the game for the Nats? Or are they going to stick with Meatball here, trailing by 2, who's been kind of cruising through the game so far? A good 5 innings thus far. I mean, he's given up the 4 runs, but lately, 3 scoreless innings in a row. Will he try again? The 8th. A sigh. Yep. There you go. Man, we had the tying run up to the plate with a righty up to the plate and everything. So now you got to question who are they going to go to in the 9th. Will they go to Kimbrel in the 9th probably? Maybe. We will see who they go to in the 9th, but for now we got to focus on holding them down. So got to load ESPN here. It just needs to be reloaded. I'd stick with Meatball at this point. Why not? Yeah, exactly. We were complaining, asking when he was going to be taken out last time. Now, just leave him in. Let him try. He's worked 5 innings by this point. Let's check again. I'd like to reload it here. Looks like Meatball will stay in the game for now, and Curtis Mead will stay at first base now for Luis Garcia Jr. So we'll check on that. So Curtis Mead now into the game. You got another righty in the game now when there's lefty bullpen arms in the game. Miles Mikolas is at 73 pitches. So he'll come out here in the bottom of the 8th. But Jacob Young, that was the biggest point, was JY getting caught stealing was not good. But here we go. Bottom of the 8th inning. JY was caught trying to steal by the pitcher Clevenger. Was able to just throw it over. First pitch from Mikolas is going to be a curveball that curves into the zone, and it's an 0-1 count. He's at 74 pitches now. Why not? Just leave him in the game. So that'll be an 0-1 count. Mikolas into the line. Here's the pitch to DeLuca. It is outside, ball 1. That'll even up the count. Oh, not bad. He can still go. Yeah, he didn't even start the game. Poland works the first 2 innings, and Mikolas has just been working since. So that's worth 5 innings of work, 73 pitches. Here's the 1-1. So you're going to fly ball, hit well, down the left field line, and that one is gone. The tarps off section is there to get it, and the Rays get another one here. Johnny DeLuca with a solo home run, 3rd home run of the season for him, and the Rays get another one on the board. So there's our reasoning why we shouldn't have left Mikolas in the game. Man, they got a good light show here in Tampa, but not for the good reasons. So now the Rays get another one on the board. It's now 5-2. So Mikolas left that one over the plate, and that one is gone. So a home run, 2nd home run of the day, given up by Meatball. So there you go, another run for the Rays. That is our reasoning for him. I'm back. It's Baker in the 9th for the Rays, if close. All right. Let's try to keep this close, Mikolas. Now he'll face Caminero. He's 2 for 3 on the day, a couple singles and a ground out. But DeLuca with a bomb. So now Mikolas will go into the wind here and face Junior Caminero. Here's the pitch, and Caminero swings and hits this one. Foul, and it'll be 0-1 first base side, and it's an 0-1 count. So that's why he wasn't pitching in those situations. That's why. That's why we should have brought in Disney. That's why we should have went to Lovelady or anyone. It's to be 0-1 here. Here's the pitch. It's going to be called. Strike 2, that's sinker, and it's an 0-2 count. So tomorrow's start now will go to Awesome Andrew. So Awesome Andrew will start the game tomorrow. That's Awesome Andrew Alvarez. And then Sunday we'll go to Foster Griffin. Here's the 0-2. Swing! And a miss on a low and outside curveball. Caminero about to slam his bat, though. But Ruiz went to tag him as well. Strikeout for Miles Mikolas. That's only strikeout number 2 on the night for him. First day back from the IL for DeLuca. Oh, you got to cheer that on by that point. Gets a home run on his first day back from the IL. So we go with 1 out. That'll bring up Cedric Mullins. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Mikolas into the line. First pitch to Mullins is going to be swung on. Hit out to center. Going back is Young. Now he's under. And Jacob Young will make the catch for out number 2. Yeah, by this point now, after giving up that home run, just leave him in. Unless somehow in the 9th we get something going, then you got to think, go. Then you got to think, let's go. Then you got to think Lovelady for the 9th. This thing's tied. because you really got to hold it down by that point. They'll have Cruz, Abrams, and Ruiz up, so they'll have a couple righties up. Maybe they'll pinch hit for a righty for Abrams. I don't think they have anyone available, though. First pitch to Chandler Simpson. That's going to be a curveball in there, called strike one at 78 miles an hour. It's an 0-1 count. Meatball just crested 81 pitches, so it'd be an 0-1 here. Meatball into the wind. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be low and out with a changeup. That'll even up the count to 1-1. So 1-1 here with 2 outs. Meatball will go into the wind. Here comes the 1-1 to Simpson. Swinging a foul off, and it'll be 1-2 now on that fastball. Simpson slaps away that fastball, so it'll be a 1-2 count. Thanks to everyone for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It helps out the channel a whole lot. And thanks to everyone who hung out in the chat as well. A 1-2 here. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt ball, too, with a curveball, so that'll even up the count to 2-2. We gained a few subscribers tonight. Looks like we got a good amount of views as well. Let's go. Let's check the like count as well. The like count is now at 16. Let's go. We gained a few amount of likes. So Meatball here will have a 2-2 on Chandler Simpson. Great contact here. Not too much pop. Meatball into the wind. The 2-2. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Abrams fields it. He will fire to first in time to get the speedy Chandler Simpson, who wasn't running as fast that time. There you go. We will head to the 9th inning. 1 run on 1 hit. It is a solo home run. Now Baker is going to come into the game for the Rays. Baker will come in. The guy that Scoob said would come into the game will come into the game. 1 run on 1 hit. No runners left on base. Another run. It is now the Rays 5. The Nationals 2 as we head to the 9th inning. So here we go. Cruz, Abrams, and Ruiz will be responsible to try to put this one away. Man, Clevenger ends up working a good 0.2 innings. He gets a couple ground outs, so no hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Man, that'll be Baker for the 9th. Baker's a righty out of the pen. Rule for the Nats, only 1 guy out of the pen today. And it is technically not even out of the pen. It was their opener. So it was just Poland and Michaelis put together 8 innings, 5 runs. Poland had a good outing, too. So last time there was an opener strategy, it was Poland's fault. This time, it's Michaelis' fault. So 5 runs given up by Michaelis. The time before, it was a run given up by Poland, and that was it. Brian Baker into the game for the Rays here in the top of the 9th. Brian Baker, 1-0 with a 1.91 ERA. He's been pretty good. Stats this season, though, 30 games. He has 18 saves. He's 18 of 21 with a save so far. Let's see what that number looks like by the end. As we head to the top of the 9th, it'll be Cruz, Abrams, and Ruiz. Will they pinch hit a lefty, though, in there? I think they could send up Millis if they really wanted a lefty, or they're going to let Cruz try to swing away here into the top of the 9th. I don't think we're going to get a pinch hitter here. So here we go. Thanks to everyone for tuning in to today's live stream broadcast. And I hope you stick around for the rest of the game. We'll be back tomorrow. Rays Nationals again. It'll be more of an afternoon game. Yeah, the upper deck is just completely empty for the Rays. I'd love for someone to get a picture of that. I'd love for someone just to see that. But the upper deck is just completely empty. So we had to the 9th. 5 runs, 10 hits for the Rays. 2 runs, 6 hits for the Nats. Is now Brian Baker over 30 games. A 1.91 ERA will go in his 1-0 record. Only 1 hold, but he's got a lot more saves. First pitch to Cruz, and he swings and fouls this one back. It's an 0-1 count. Let's go, everybody. I think tomorrow the College World Series also starts. If the Nats play at 4:30, I should be able to make game 1. I'm not going to call it, but I'm going to end up watching it probably. So, 0-1 here. Baker into the wind. Here's the pitch to Cruz. Swinging a fly ball foul again. This time he's jammed on that one, so it's 0-2. That's at 3 p.m. Okay, so I'll be able to watch a good amount of the first part of the College World Series. That's game 1 as well. So it'll be 0-2 here to Cruz, who's 0 for 1 on the day. Had a line out to second. A soft line out, not even. He didn't really hit it too hard. So it'll be 0-2 here. Baker, who works out of the wind here. Rare that a closer works out of the wind. Here's the 0-2 to Cruz. Cruz swing and a miss on a changeup inside, and that's strikeout number 1 for Baker, and out number 1 here in the top of the 9th. So the Nats are down to their last 2 outs to try to get 3 outs in that time, or 3 runs in a span of 2 outs. Let's see if they can do it. On the road as well against a team who's been almost unbeatable at home. So now that'll bring up C.J. Abrams here, 285 average with 15 bombs. Definitely my starter. The pitch to Abrams, and he fouls this one back, and it'll be 0-1 count. You got to vote Abrams. No matter how much differently this game goes, you got to vote him. Objectively and subjectively, our all-star. You got to vote him. The numbers say it, and the play style says it. You got to go vote him. Baker will go into the wind here, the 0-1 to Abrams. Abrams takes a fastball low part of the zone. So this will be ABS by the catcher, Fiducia. That was called a ball, but Fiducia will challenge it here. It would be a 1-1. The pitch, it is a ball. So the call is confirmed. Let's check how off it was. It is off by 0.3 inches. So the call is confirmed here. So it'll be a 1-1 count. The ABS challenge is off. I like this ABS thing, though. It humbles the players, and it really sees what the zone looks like. It'll be a 1-1 here. Here's the pitch to Abrams. Abrams with a fly ball to right, but he's just early on that one. So it's a 1-2 count. He got a good piece of that one, but he's early. Abrams winced as soon as he hit it, too. He knew he was a day early. So it'll be a 1-2 here. Now Abrams will take a timeout, it looks like, to step out of the bag, step out of the box, see how he's doing. So it'll be a 1-2 here. Baker will go now into the wind. Here's the 1-2 to Abrams. Swinging a fly ball down the left field line. Third baseman and left field arranging after it, and it'll be no play. So the bullpen had to get out of the way there. The pitchers had to get out of the way. Disney had to get out of the way. It looked like the catchers had to get out of the way. Same with Rabalta, who are sitting on the bench, ready to go. And then looks like Beater, Varland, and Parker are waiting in the pen, as well as Lord. They're just kind of sitting in the bullpen area on the outside. You got a couple pitchers who might come into the game. Lovelady, and it looks like another person. I forgot already. It was Disney. So it'll be a 1-2 here. Baker will go into the line. The 1-2 to Abrams. Abrams swings and fouls this one off. Again on a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. We'll do 1-2 again. Nationals, come on, boys. Get some runs on the board. Let's go. Come on, Nationals.
Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
The 1-2 to Abrams is in the dirt ball, too. The changeup, so it'll be a 2-2 count. Let's see if the Nationals can complete it. They just need 3 runs. All they need is 3 runs. That's all they need. So now Abrams has worked into the count a little bit, fouling off pitches, trying to work an AB here against Baker. He is human. He's 18 of 21. He bleeds red. So it'll be a 2-2 here. Here's the pitch to Abrams. Abrams fouls this one off again, so a good AB here by Abrams here in the 4-hole. Playing like a leadoff hitter. He's being scrappy here out of the leadoff hole. So we'll do 2-2 again. So it'll be 2-2 with 1 out in the top of the 9th. Baker gets off the mound again. He's ready to go out of the wind. He'll go into the wind. The 2-2. And Abrams with a fly ball. Hit well out to right, but under it is the right fielder DeLuca, and he'll make the catch. So Johnny DeLuca makes the catch round number 2. Abrams got a decent piece of it, but that is out number 2. So now the Nationals are down to their last out. So that'll bring up K-Barrett Ruiz. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Just try to get something going, Ruiz. All they need, yep. Yep, all they need is 3 runs. Not too hard to get. It's now to be K-Barrett Ruiz, 283 average, 6 home runs, 29 RBIs, with a 795 OPS. Baker will go into the line. First pitch to Ruiz. Ruiz swinging a miss at a changeup, and it's 0-1. Down to 2 strikes left. Come on, Nats. You can do it within the last 2 pitches. Now Ruiz will take a timeout. Takes his time in. So, 0-1 here. Baker will go into the wind here. Here's the pitch to Ruiz. Ruiz swings and grounds this one. Chopped to the first baseman, Aranda. Has to go to the hole. He'll flip it up to Baker in time for out number 3. Baker slams onto the bag. That's out number 3. So the Nationals go 1-2-3 in the 9th, and that will end the game. Nationals fail to take this one. They fall to 39-37. The Rays take another one. They're at 42-30. So there you go. The Nationals cannot get the win. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for them. For the Rays, 5 runs on 10 hits and 1 error. Those are the finals for you. There you go, everybody. The Nationals cannot take the win on the first game on the road. The good thing is it's a short road trip. They will be back home soon. So that's the end of the game, everybody. The Nationals cannot, in fact, get the win for tonight's game. They come into the Dome, and the Dome owns them. I mean, Abrams got it, or that's Luis Garcia Jr., or C.J. Abrams was the first home run. I had to find the name for a second. C.J. Abrams had the first home run, then Louis has another home run. But that is sadly all the offense we get. We get 2 hits after that total. 2 hits after that offense. So really, I think we can't rest on our laurels is what we learned. You can't rest on 2 runs. Meatball Michaelis, I mean, still, he gave us a good 6 innings. So Meatball still gave us 6 innings. He gave up over that time. I don't even want to see it. 9 hits. He gave up, wait, let's check again. 5, 7, 8, 9. Yep, 9 hits. 9 hits, 5 runs, all 5 earned. Did he hand out any free passes? I don't think. He gave out 1 free pass and 2 strikeouts. So those are the final numbers on him. Mr. C saying, another great call. Thank you, Mr. C. We'll be back tomorrow, so thank you, Mr. C. Thank you. Come again. Yep. I will see you soon. Seems like the offense wasn't there tonight. Yep, we come into Tampa. We're Tampa Bay Rays. I knew their offense is pretty good, and they've been good at home. The Nationals have been good on the road, and the home team in the end comes in to get the win. They had the home field advantage. But the Nationals have been good on the road. So tomorrow, we'll see if the Nationals can take game 2. At least try to get this to a rubber match on Sunday, see how much we can do. But on Sunday, we'll have that. The Nationals will be back this Sunday for more Washington Nationals, or this Saturday for more Washington Nationals baseball. That's tomorrow. So tune in again. We'll be back tomorrow. Scoob saying goodbye. Thanks for tuning in, Scoob. Your support and contributions on District Nation is greatly appreciated. Without commitment, you'll never start. Without consistency, you'll never finish. Thanks for the live stream broadcast, District Nation CEO host. Thank you, Charles, for being here. Yeah, the offense just wasn't there tonight. We didn't really see much of it. Can't really get it going. I mean, Abrams and Garcia do what they can. They just can't get the win. The Nationals can't put it away. I mean, P.J. Pullen works a good 2 innings. 1 hit, no runs. Good work from him. We'll be back 4:10 tomorrow for Game 2 of this series. Let's see if the Nationals can at least put something away. Try to take at least 1 game of this series. Get ready for Game 3. We'll be back. And in the meantime, just remember, scan the QR code. This is your last chance for now. Scan the QR code. Vote Abrams and Wood. That's the chance right now. Or go to MLB.com/vote. But thank you so much for everybody who has done it. Have a great rest of your night, all. Yes, I'll get your redirect link in a second here, but the Nationals just can't get the win. I mean, it's a common thing now, the offense and the pitching. I mean, it's one or the other. That's how baseball goes, but the offense just wasn't there today, and the pitching, I mean, wasn't really there as well. Miles Michaelis gives up 5 runs, so that ends it. The Nationals don't need to go to the bottom of the ninth, so we didn't really need to see much of the bullpen. Just 2 innings of good work from Pollard, and then Michaelis struggles in his 6th inning of work. Okay, we'll be back tomorrow, so it's going to be Awesome Andrew Alvarez tomorrow then. Awesome Andrew Alvarez will take the start. TBD starter for the Rays, but the predicted starter for me is going to be Shane McClanahan. That's who I'm predicting, but he is, if he's healthy, he'll get the start, but we will see. Tune in tomorrow at 4 p.m. In the meantime, go watch the preview series. If you haven't yet, go watch the series preview. Go watch that. Learn some more about this series and what's going on. But for now, let's get you your redirect link. For now, let's get that all set up. So let's go ahead, head over to, who are we going to? Let's see. Looks like Fitzy doesn't start streaming till 10:05. Well, I was going to send you over to him. PS is not streaming. Is Dr. DeLay on? Dr. DeLay is not. Let's head over to Rising Rhino, I think, is live. Let's head over to Rising Rhino. All right. So we're going to go over and watch some CFL for now. Let's go. Watch some CFL here. Head over to him. Hey, let's go. Yes, Awesome Andrew Alvarez taking the mound for the Nationals tomorrow. Let's see if Awesome Andrew can pitch like Awesome Andrew tomorrow. There you go, everybody. There's your redirect link. Tomorrow, Awesome Andrew Alvarez versus a starter to be named tomorrow. We'll talk about it more on the pregame show tomorrow. But thank you so much for tuning in. The Nationals fail to get the win. We'll be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow for more Washington Nationals visiting the Tampa Bay Rays. Once again, this is a 1-series road trip. Then they're back to Philly this coming week. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you all soon. Let's just go through the names once again. Mr. C was here. Thank you to Mr. C. Charles was here. Special shout out to Mr. C. He's here every night consistently. And he's chatting every night. Charles was here. Scoob came for the first time tonight. We had CH hanging out in here. We had Sam hanging out in here. Banker Brandon was here for the first time tonight. We had Will at one point. We had Chris here at one point. But special shout out to Mr. C. He's out here every night tuning into every single stream. Mr. and Mrs. C. Can't forget about Mrs. C too. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I will see you all soon. See you tomorrow. 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Nationals fans do not get the win. Nationals do not get the win.